Oh, hey, how'd you get here today?
Slowly.
Not me. Because I drive a Ford F-150. Not only was I on time today, unlike Steve Dangle.
It's true.
I was also warm and cozy in the luxurious interior that the Ford F-150 offers you. Now, imagine you, Steve Dangle, in a Ford F-150 Tremor. You'd fit right in Durham region where you live.
I'm dreaming it. I'm dreaming it more and more every day.
Are you?
Sweetest and softest of dreams.
The thing is like, listen, nothing wrong, nothing against your car, but is it a Ford F-150 Tremor?
It's not.
Jesse.
Yes.
Can you imagine? I can imagine you in one. Can you imagine Steve in one?
I can, because it's a car for everyone. Truck, I should say.
For everybody. Also, it tows all your toys, whatever toys they are. They could be your kids' toys or they could be your adult toys. Lots of towing capacity and built to navigate any environment, from forest trails to your local neighborhood unpaved street. Whatever it is, Ford F-150 Tremor is for you. Check it out at ford.ca/F150.
SDP, the Steve Dangle Podcast, with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Let's go! And we have a trade to announce.
Wow! We have two.
I mean, they're like, it's not a three-way trade, which was confusing me this morning, but Chris Johnston of the Chris Johnston Show on SDPN broke the news. There were people out there who had the rumors, but CJ had the facts, because that's what we care about here, the facts. The Oilers sending Stuart Skinner, Brett Kulak, and a second-round pick to Pittsburgh in the Tristan Jarry trade. Sam Poulin is also heading to Edmonton as a part of this Penguins trade. And what's interesting is Puckpedia's got the salary breakdown. So Jarry has is in year 3 of a 5-year deal at $5.375. Poulin is in year 2 of a $7.75 deal in the AHL.
Former first-round pick.
Oh yeah, in 2019?
2019, he's big, he's a winger, really good AHL numbers, but AHL numbers are not NHL numbers.
Skinner for the Oilers in year 3 of a $2.6 million per year deal. Kulak in year 4 of a $2.75 million deal, both expiring, and a 29 second round pick. That's all right, a 2029 second round pick. According to them, the net cap added is $850K if you exclude Poulin in the AHL. And by the way, as a part of this, because the Oilers traded a defenseman away, they also traded a 3rd round pick in 2027 to the Nashville Predators for Spencer Stastny, who you
call the Preds every day, man.
Yeah,
call them
honestly,
every day.
Getting a useful NHL defenseman for a 3rd round pick a couple years from now is pretty sweet.
A useful 25-year-old NHL defenseman who, when his contract expires, will be a restricted free agent for a 3rd round pick 2 years from now. When is best case scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Preds make that pick and they nail it. When's he a Pred? When's he in the lineup?
2030, 2031.
What are they doing? What are they doing? I hate that for the Preds, and I know, Preds 6-3 in their last 9. We can maybe talk about that, but that's just, I hate that move. Obviously, the Oilers have the most to gain here if Jarry is the best version of Jarry. I really like that move for the Penguins.
Well, I should have started the show with, how does Kyle Dubas keep getting away with this? Because Kyle Dubas was able to move Tristan Jarry, a player who last year, I've kept notes, allowed the first goal on the first shot in 6 of 22 games before being waived and sent down to the AHL.
That's insane.
He could have been had for free. This guy was unplayable, and 6 months later, the Pittsburgh Penguins turned him into Brett Kulak and Stuart Skinner on expiring contracts. There's 2 more years left in Jarry's deal, expiring contracts.
There's a greater than 0% chance Skinner ends up performing better than Jarry. I would put the odds on Jarry being better, but it's greater than 0, man. It's definitely greater than 0. I think they need help on defense. We were just talking about it a couple days ago on the show, to get Brett Kulak, who's not having the greatest time. But if he returns to form, that'd be great for them. And you get a pick. So all this money is sent out the door.
You freed up cap space for next summer.
You get present. You get futures. I'm not sure what I don't like about this if I'm a Penguin. The only thing you could argue it decreases their chances of winning now, which
You could argue it, but Shilov is the starter now.
this is the thing.
Yeah.
Well,
You listen. So here, Jesse, here's my question to you. After today, which goaltending tandem do you take? Artur Shilov and Stuart Skinner, or Tristan Jarry and Calvin Pickard?
I want the one in Pittsburgh. This was an absolute fleecing by Kyle Dubas. I don't understand why Edmonton thinks Tristan Jarry is their guy when he's locked up for a long term and he's been average to very good throughout his entire career. This is a guy who's 30, who was waived a couple of times, as you guys
Very
mentioned.
good or very bad? Average to very good, you think? Or-
Average to good, he's been throughout his entire career.
Right.
That you know what you are getting in Tristan Jarry. And with Stuart Skinner, you kind of had the same thing, except now you're flipping salaries for a lot more for a couple more years. Like I don't understand why Edmonton chose Jarry as their person. I would much rather be in the Penguins situation where you have the flexibility on the cap coming off of this offseason when Stuart Skinner's a free agent. You could walk away and do whatever. And then you also have a good goalie in Shilovs. Like,
yeah, man.
I think the Penguins are coming away looking really good here.
Don't let Dubas get into the weeds. Like I find the fewer pieces involved in a trade, the more likely he is to lose that trade handily.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
The more complicated the deal is, like, that's all him. Stan Bowman's not like, yeah, let's make this fucking weird. Like, Dubas is like, no, okay. And working out all the money and everything. There is absolutely a chance Jarry plays the best hockey of his career. He goes back to being an all-star. That was the thing he was, legitimately. And who knows, maybe they win the cup. But in this moment, I really like it for Pittsburgh.
It is an interesting move for the Oilers in the sense that, as well, Stuart Skinner has won 7 playoff rounds. Tristan Jarry has won 0.
So, you know how Jarry's playoff reputation is diabolical? Like, it's completely awful. I thought he had choked on like 3 or 4 different series for the Penguins. He's completed like 1.
Yeah. But still.
For them.
Still.
Yeah. No, Jarry's problem has been not getting the Penguins to the playoffs.
So, guys, is this obviously it was clear that Stuart Skinner needed a change of scenery. They needed to make a change there. Everybody I thought that they'd keep Skinner because he's on the last year of a deal. And whoever they were bringing in would platoon with him. Take the pressure off Stuart Skinner. Is this I don't want to call it a panic move, but is this a move of desperation because there aren't a lot of goalies available?
Not a panic move, but like if this trade doesn't work out, if this trade doesn't make the Penguins better, there's other upside to it. There's money off the books, expiring money, there's futures, great. If Jarry doesn't make the Oilers better, it's a failure. Beginning, middle, end. Right? That's it. Unless Poulin is friggin' unreal, which I suppose it's possible, right? He's got really good AHL numbers. I wonder if he gets an opportunity in their lineup. I have no idea. But if this doesn't make the Oilers better now, they lost. They lost the deal.
And that's a lot of pressure. Jesse?
Stan Bowman provided comment on the trade. He said, I think it's not so much a comment on Stuart Skinner. It's really maybe time for something different here. But I think we wanted to make sure that the person we were bringing in felt confident. And then he went on to say, we've done a lot of work on this position. Obviously, it gets a lot of attention. Tristan's had a really consistent performance as a pro up until last season. So certainly that's something we looked into and wanted to see how he started this year. We've watched him very closely and have been impressed with his performance over the course of his career. I think he's shown to be a very solid goaltender. And then lastly, he said, we certainly weren't trying to trade Brett Kulak. He's a great person and a great player on our team. We're going to miss him. But in order to make the transaction work and the money going back and forth, that had to be part of it. Those are Stan Bowman's comments today on the trades.
No one's giving you a for sure goalie.
Well, no, you can't get one.
No, the best you can do is get a maybe goalie. And that's what Jarry is.
What did you guys think the NHL headline of this article would be? They got a little pun on their homepage for this.
Jarry's an Oiler now.
A Jarry morning. A jarring morning?
You guys are way off. Think Oilers.
Oil change.
Ladies and gentlemen, pull it up.
Please don't be oil change. That's the name of the show. Are you serious? That's the name of the show from like the 2010s.
Bang! I don't think I've ever got one.
I don't think you've ever nailed it
you
flat
nailed
out
it.
without a couple hints. That's a good one.
Wow.
Merry Christmas!
Wow.
That
One
was
and all.
for long-time listeners. We've been playing that game for
10 years?
probably less than that, maybe like 6, 7. But like we've been playing. Sorry, no, that's 7, 8 years. We've been playing that, and Steve just nailed it. Oil change. NHL headline.
Wow.
I'm gonna ride that the rest of the day. The Leafs won last night.
Remember the oil change
I'm
TV show,
retconning it to
No,
they
I don't
won.
know what you're talking about.
You've never heard of the oil change TV show where
No.
they made it like either it was online or it was on like
It was on like Oil TV or something.
yeah, and it was about like how they were rebuilding, but it was like pre Connor McDavid.
Yeah,
So it was like,
but they sucked.
man, let's talk about let's do a deep dive on Nile Yakupov. Like it was great. It was
That's
People
nice,
change
but I
Beverly.
think they're doing a play on the oil changing, like changing the oil in the
no.
car. I think that's probably what they're referencing and not this weird show you guys are talking about.
hey.
If I ran the NHL website, I would make them all so annoying. Like
But
my
they
headline,
are.
my headline would be Penguin change.
Oh, like that annoying.
Just why not? Penguin change. No, makes no sense whatsoever. I'm having a great time. What do you guys want to talk about?
One of my questions to Stan Bowman would be, if you thought this highly of Tristan Jarry, why did you not collect him when he was available to you for free for 0 assets?
Well, they were capped out, Jess. Probably. That's probably why. But I also want to say that I agree with you, and I think the thing that really puts a punctuation point on what you just said is the fact that 6 months ago in April, he said flatly, no, we don't need a goalie. Mm-hmm. And even then, Jesse, we knew that they did.
Skinner had an 896 last season with a 26-18-4 record, which, like, I don't know. It's not that bad. And we know how bad the Oilers started and he improved. Like, what I'm going to say is I don't think this was as desperate a need last year as it is this year. It's not as obvious a need, especially
The Oilers goaltending situation?
Now wait. Because Skinner, people
The
forget.
thing we've been talking about for 4 years.
Listen, I've been on that bandwagon this whole time, but I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. Skinner in the 2024 Stanley Cup final run was spectacular. In the games where he was spectacular, in the games where he wasn't, he was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Back half of the series, remember that narrative? Well, all that's gone away, right? Like there was reason to believe in him, and now I'm just there wasn't more reason to believe in him in Edmonton. Maybe he finds his game in Pittsburgh. He wasn't going to find it there.
There's a lot of revisionist history.
It is. I'm trying to make sense of a move
No.
that I think the Oilers lost.
Yeah, I think Stan Bowman got pushed enough that he finally did it, and he saw a goalie available that he wanted and he went out and got it. I think that's the long and the short of it. And they sat on this for so long that he finally was like, okay, it's untenable, but he should have realized it was untenable before that.
I wholeheartedly agree.
if they, because there's proof of concept with Stuart Skinner here. Like,
Yeah.
there's no doubting that. They went to 2 straight Stanley Cup finals.
Yeah.
He is a goalie that's good enough to get you there.
Right.
In that run, you also had to have a goalie in Pickard pick him up throughout the playoffs because he got benched because he was so bad.
Yeah.
So that's what you had to go with. So you know what you had in there. And before that, you should have realized this isn't the best way to get there. And maybe if you had made the decision earlier, one of those finals could have run a different way. But like he's finally come to the realization that I think everybody else has kind of come to a long time ago.
Yes.
I wonder how hard the Oilers tried to keep Skinner and move Pickard for an improvement, which that's something I've been on.
But
for
who's
months.
taking that?
Well, this is the problem, right?
Like, no disrespect to Cal Pickard. He's come in and played some really key playoff moments for them in the last couple of drives to the finals, but who's taking that?
Well, as long as we're doing revisionist history, like Brandon Bussey, I assume was a free agent.
I think he was on waivers.
Yeah, like
Hey, you could have had Askarov for a first.
You could have had a lot of different adequate goalies and just friggin' tried them.
Mm-hmm.
And like the only thing you can come up with is Connor Ingram, and he might never play a game for your team.
Yep.
Yeah. And Adam's favorite quote about Stan Bowman not wanting to address the need of goaltending, that is him with all of those options that have come through the last couple of years, refusing to take any of them.
Right.
Because he didn't think it was a need.
Well, and now you have that quote out there forever, and you ended up doing it anyway. So, yeah, he doesn't look great today. The only way he looks great is if Jarry is great. That's it.
And that we have to acknowledge that there's a real upside for the Oilers here. If he continues the play that we've seen in Pittsburgh, he's a definite upgrade on Stuart Skinner's play. Mm-hmm. And he can solidify, if he's healthy and if he's locked in, he can solidify this lineup. Like, you look at I hate doing this, but let's make it about the Leafs for a second here. Isn't it hilarious how the Leafs record instantly improved once their goaltending improved?
Yeah.
Isn't it hilarious how their penalty kill, which was devastatingly bad, two players changed, Joseph Woll and Scott Laughton.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, oh my God, they're amongst the best penalty killers in the league.
And if I can make it about the Oilers for a second, Troy Stecher.
He's
been a revelation.
He's been amazing.
Can you imagine if Ekman Larson goes down like he did last night and they don't have Stecher?
But I guess the point I'm
they
trying
don't
to make
have a
here,
lineup.
The point I'm trying to make here is that with Edmonton, they've got enough that a good goalie and a league average goalie is going to propel them to as far as they want to go. I
do like one thing that they did today. Like, I think the Spencer Stastny trade makes absolutely no sense for Nashville.
No, I think it saved the Oilers' day. It's a great trade.
I think if Edmonton tries to improve their goaltending without doing anything to their defense, it's not a waste of time, but it's a huge missed opportunity because that ain't good either, right? They need help back there. And when I saw Kulak was going to Pittsburgh, I'm like, does that really? I don't think that makes you better back there, even though he's struggling. I see they get Spencer Stastny for pennies on the dollar, who's like a depth defenseman, but really good underlying numbers on a team that is not really good. Mm-hmm. Been really good recently, probably because of Spencer Stastny. That's revisionist. I think that was a tidy bit of business for the Oilers. So they addressed two needs today, but it's a massive risk.
Yeah, I've been one of the bigger Stuart Skinner defenders for this season in particular, because watching Edmonton Oilers games, you notice how poor they are in their own end and how a lot of the mistakes they make lead directly to goals. And of course, a lot of the times you'd like a couple saves in those situations, but they're consistently leaving their goaltender out to dry game in and game out. And that needs to be an improvement as much as Jarry coming in there and playing well. They also just need to play better defense. And hopefully this is a step in doing that. But they need to overhaul what they're looking at in their entire defensive core in terms of their system they're running out there. Everybody's sticking to it.
I'm fascinated by how both locker rooms receive this news, because Skinner is obviously like deeply woven into the Oilers, and they defend him at every turn and have had to do so on the mic a lot. Think of the Penguins season this year, and it's been a little up, it's been a little down, but ultimately it's been better than we've thought. Sergei Murashov has played 4 games for them. He's won 1-1. Artur Silovs has played 13 games for them. He's 4-4-5. Tristan Jarry's played 14 games for them. He's 9-3-1.
That could be a game changer for the Oilers.
Like, we're talking about the difference between a team that might make the playoffs and a team that's flirting with the lottery. Skinner's got to win games for them. I don't think this is a great outcome for. I think Pittsburgh did well in this deal, but I don't think it's a great outcome for them if Skinner comes in and he stinks. Because then we just go right back to the Crosby stuff.
Well, I think if he comes in, plays 15 games and is good, the time frame between now and the deadline, I don't think you guys realize how close the deadline is. Remember that we're subtracting a month.
It's fewer games.
We are literally right now 2 months from the deadline, 2 playing months away from the deadline.
We're like
We are.
25 games from the deadline?
So if Stuart Skinner is good and Brett Kulak is adequate or good, you've got 2 deadline assets you can move right away.
Oh, that's such a good Kyle Dubas point. Imagine the Oilers end up needing a goalie.
The one thing, listen,
They can go get Stuart Skinner.
Guys, I'm hard on Kyle Dubas on this show. I am. But one thing I have never, ever veered from is he's great at trading. I don't...
Generally, with a couple stinkers.
With the exception of Kadri's trade, I think.
That was horrible.
He's great at it. And I think this is the way Kyle Dubas thinks. He's in how many assets can I amass? And if you can, let's say you flip Stuart Skinner, who has 10 good games for the Penguins between now and then. And by the way, 10 good games means it might still mean that the Penguins are falling out of the Metropolitan. Maybe they're in it, but maybe they're falling out of it. You flip them. What if you grab another third?
Right.
What if Kulak gets you, who's a defenseman, third pair defenseman? What do they go at the deadline?
Too much.
Way too much. Seconds or thirds?
I mean, Spencer Stastny just got a third.
Just now.
A 25-year-old.
You're telling me...
I don't understand that. You're telling me Nashville. I don't.
You're telling me that playoff teams wouldn't want a guy that's been to 2 straight Stanley Cup finals in Brett Kulak? You're telling me that playoff teams wouldn't want a potential platoon option in Stuart Skinner, who's been to 2 Stanley Cup finals in a row as the starter? Yes, he had some minor hiccups where he had to be pulled out and Calvin Pickard had to be put in. But yeah, well, I don't know, man. I like that. I think that's good asset management right there.
I mean, Braden Holtby had one of the best Stanley Cup runs for any goalie in recent memory. He didn't start that run. It was Philip Grubauer.
Neither did Bobrovsky.
Right. Yeah. My God, I forgot about that. It was Alex Lyon. And then Bob is like, I'm a first ballot.
I don't know if you guys know that.
Let me just do that for 3 straight years. I'm first ballot. After being an up and down goalie for basically my whole career, I'm first ballot all the way.
Yep.
Man, I'm sorry. My head is spinning.
Think about what Pittsburgh can do here. They can make the playoffs or they can sell at the deadline. Either option works.
Shout out to Nashville, even though it was bad, Edmonton and Pittsburgh. Turns out you can trade. Isn't that nuts?
You need a party to be desperate enough.
Yeah, but remember 2 weeks ago when it was impossible?
Well, that was 2 weeks ago. This is today.
Oh, well, wow.
Oh, wow, exactly.
Oh, wow.
I mean, listen, we all saw it last year. I mean, we all remember Colorado rearranged their goaltending before Christmas. First team to ever do it.
Yeah. Oh, so it's not impossible.
No, it's not. Now,
what are you upset at? No, I hate the narrative like when the Leafs were last in the East, right? Oh, well, teams just don't make trades now. Okay, why?
Now,
why?
Couple of wrinkles in the schedule I thought you guys would like. Tristan Jarry's first appearance in an Edmonton Oilers jersey could be against the Toronto Maple Leafs this Saturday night.
Of course.
But he also may sit on the bench. They let Cal Pickard, who was a former Leaf, start. And he might start his first game Tuesday against the
Pittsburgh
Penguins.
Oh, yeah! That's awesome!
Or he's either Hockey Night in Canada or he's playing his old team. I don't know what you choose, but I think it's pretty cool.
I don't know. Well,
Skinner versus Pickard has got to be the lineup Tuesday, right?
At the end of the day, you're expected to be the new starting goalie for a team expected to contend for the Stanley Cup. Let's see how you do in pressure situations. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I think it's cool.
Damn.
Yeah, that's fun.
Damn.
I'm excited.
I'm really about to stream a Tristan Jarry shutout.
Yeah,
that's
you
crazy.
You might
That's
be.
so cool.
You might be. Yeah, it really interesting. Lots of facets to this trade. You know, it's been interesting online. I don't know how Oilers fans who are not chronically online are feeling about this, but I have seen the reactions to this trade and they've been overwhelmingly negative, which tells me Tristan Jarry is going to come in and fire up the entire city and be incredible. It's just the way it is.
Edmonton.
From Edmonton. There's been a lot of negative, and I get it. I get the doubts in this, but I feel like as soon as that happens, it's hockey. So therefore, the hockey gods are like, actually, you're wrong again. And he's going to be incredible.
Comes from, like, this is not a mundane trade.
This is, I mean, we have not mentioned it, but you make this trade with the Connor McDavid thing hanging over you.
Oh, with everything hanging over you. The Oilers, as we know it, hinge on this deal, frankly. The odds, the risk involved with this deal is astronomical, and the possibility of it being catastrophic are very real. Very, very real. You might win a cup. This is the problem with Tristan Jarry. You just don't know. You have no idea. He could go a 9-20 the rest of the way, and they win the division and they make the playoffs and they go on a great run. Who knows? But if he's not what you had hoped for, now you're stuck with a guy who costs like 2 Stuart Skinners for the next 2 seasons after this one for the duration of the McDavid deal. Oof.
Okay, so I want to get your prediction.
That's my biggest hang up with the trade is that 5.3 for next season and the year after. You gave Kyle Dubas a giant life raft to clear $10.6 million off the cap in the next 2 seasons, which is an incredible amount of room to play with now that he has. And then you've taken that on yourself for a goalie who is a question mark because of how he played last season. And they're the Edmonton Oilers. Like, they're probably come day one of the playoffs, my pick to like come out of the West and get back to the Stanley Cup final, and who knows what they do.
No,
but
Jesse, this is the year the Kings take them.
It's still such a risk to take on that amount of salary.
Well, okay, so this is what I want to ask you guys. All right, so I just want to know, and to the end of the season, what is your prediction? This is completely unfair, but we all have to do it. We're going to revisit it.
No,
is this trade for Edmonton? Let's forget Pittsburgh. For Edmonton, is this trade a thumbs up or a thumbs down come mid-April when the playoffs start? I think it's April 18th it starts. Jesse and Steve, do you think we'll look back on this going, wow, that really worked out? Or is it, wow, they really blew it, and what are they going to do now?
Against my better judgment, I'm going to say thumbs up.
Why against your better judgment? Explain your answer.
Because there's just unbelievable risk involved. There's future, there's present, there's financial implications. But all season, for a different team, I've been an advocate for do something. Even if there's a risk of it making you worse.
Right.
The Oilers could not continue with the tandem they had. And, I talked about guys like Bussy or whatever, like all of that is spilt milk. Jarry was the option you had. Jarry better be the option that gets you through, because otherwise it's Stan Bowman's job.
Jesse, would you think we'll look back on this in April as a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Yeah, come April, it'll be a thumbs up. I think no matter what, because they'll be second or first or third in the Pacific Division, and everything will be fine because they'll be a good regular season team. It'll be a matter of what they do after that in the playoffs and how they go out with Connor McDavid. So this will be a thumbs up come April, but that's not where you judge this trade. It's how you do in the playoffs.
It's
right,
May,
and
right?
they'll be good. Like I think we can all agree they'll be a very good regular season team and finish 1 through 3 somewhere in the Pacific, and it'll be fine. It's just like, does Jarry hold up in the playoffs?
The rules don't apply to the Oilers, right? Like, we're all giving them the Oilers bump.
Yeah, well, the rule is they're a good team, right? The
Right.
baseline is they're going to be in the playoffs in one of the top half of the Western Conference seeds, and they'll be fine. And then when you get into the playoffs, can Connor McDavid will them to a championship kind of thing?
Yeah. It's so funny that, I want to say like a month or two ago, I was like, is Zach Hyman the straw that stirs the drink? Half jokingly. And then he comes back and he's like, yes.
He's a great X factor for them, for sure.
Hey, I know a team that could use a guy like that. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up as well. I actually think, as much as I think in terms of, like, if you were to say trade to trade, I do think Pittsburgh made out better than Edmonton did, specifically offloading that Jarry contract.
Both teams might benefit.
I do think Edmonton's going to benefit from this, and Jesse nailed it. It only matters in April, May, and June, but come the end of the season, I can't wait for that Kings-Oilers matchup, because I feel like it's going to happen.
Oh my God.
I feel like we're headed straight towards it. So listen, I'm looking over at Jesse and I'm thinking, is that a power dad?
I'm thinking about how I can inject AI into something.
I was about to say, you look like you're ready to do a rooftop freestyle about AI.
Anybody listen to our VIP episodes will get that.
Jesse, who are you shorting this week? What stocks are you shorting?
So for anybody listening or watching, I guess you probably don't even know. I'm wearing a Fabletics vest here, a little puffer vest. It's so nice and soft and warm.
It looks warm, yeah.
It's really good.
Which is good because Adam accidentally turned the air conditioning on in our studio and it is snowy outside.
You can't prove that. I didn't do it today.
It wasn't nice.
So I highly recommend their clothes. It's good for these days when it's real chilly outside or chilly inside.
Yes. Yeah. Now, Jesse signed up to be a VIP. That means he gets 80% off everything. And the quality of this stuff, Jesse, you can speak to it. You're wearing it.
Yes, I would wear this at the rink.
And it's all there for a fraction of the price. The fit and the feel are dialed in. No waistbands rolling down. Joggers actually keep their shape. Jackets are warm without the bulk, right?
It's very, I can move around in this. It's lightweight. Plus, it keeps me warm.
And they've got that great quality, and it ships pretty quickly, too, because, we're getting a little bit close to the holidays. Maybe you want to buy somebody something for the holidays. Fabletics already has amazing deals, but right now, they're running their biggest sale of the year on top of that, and we've got the exclusive offer just for you, 80% off everything when you sign up as a VIP. Head to fabletics.com/SDP and sign up as a VIP to get 80% off everything. This is the only time through our link, so go fabletics.com/SDP. Sign up to be a VIP, get 80% off. That is fabletics.com/SDP. BetMGM is an official sports betting partner of the National Hockey League and has everything you need for the action on the ice. Bedard is playing tonight. My fantasy team needs him to score. Jesse, what are we looking at in terms of scoring odds? What's available?
You can take Bedard points over under 0.5. So will he get 1 point or not? It's 1.4 times your money. So if you were to put $2 Steve on it, you get 80 cents back.
What about goals?
Goals specifically. Let's take a look at what the odds are saying for that.
Because it's a sparse Friday. Only two games.
2.45 at times what you put down. So $2 nets you $2.90 back.
And against a team that has allowed a lot of goals. I think I'd sprinkle a $2 Steve on that.
And if you're not comfortable with that, I like Bertuzzi at $2.90.
Oh, yeah?
Because Bertuzzi's been scoring a lot this year, and he's playing on Bedard's wing. So, he's kind of the perfect shovel shot kind of guy for Connor Bedard to set up.
Frank Nazar at 360.
Yeah, but what about the Blues? What about a little Dylan Holloway action?
He's not had the best year.
3.5?
Bushnevich is their biggest odds, huh? Or they're not the biggest odds.
I put 3.5 times my money. I get $4 back for a Dylan Holloway goal.
Not Robert Thomas?
I want Dylan Holloway.
Not Braden Shen?
No. I want my Dylan Holloway anytime goal.
Jesse's got
who's everybody's pick? We're doing the Blues Blackhawks anytime goals.
Bertuzzi.
Adam gets Bertuzzi. Steve gets
Holloway, Nazar.
No, you get one guy.
Oh, Nazar.
And I get Dylan Holloway. Let's go.
No, Jesse. Steve gets Dylan Holloway.
And Nazar.
Download the
and Shen. And Thomas.
Download the BetMGM app today and enjoy the NHL like never before. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 18 plus to wager. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or somebody close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. BetMGM operates pursuant to an operating agreement with iGaming Ontario. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about are the Jesse, can you pull up the Stadium Series jerseys? Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a Stadium Series happening in February.
Which the Boston Tampa one?
Boston Tampa.
One? Okay.
Boston Tampa.
Okay.
And what's hilarious about this is it's in February, and everybody's like, yeah, that's the game I'm looking forward to most in February is the Stadium Series with Boston and Tampa. There isn't a big hockey tournament in Milan happening at, roughly the same month that I'm going to give a shit about.
Right.
But and what's hilarious too is every time they release these jerseys, everybody's like, there's a Stadium Series? And there is Stadium Series multiple every year. We just are never told. The NHL just doesn't talk about it. They're like, shut up. Don't shut up. We're playing outside special. Shut the fuck up.
The NHL does local events.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's their thing. Like even the the Global Series, man, it's just really not a thing unless you're there.
Yep.
It's just a non-factor. It's weird. So like, I hope this is great. I mean, it's an outdoor game in Florida. Like, That's pretty neat. But I don't expect anyone outside of those two fan bases to care. At all.
And I think that's probably how they view it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they look at a stadium series and go, man, this is going to be a killer matchup, because you can't, unless you make it. And I mean, they are divisional rivals, and thankfully this year both teams have been pretty good in a bad
Tampa
division.
versus who?
Tampa, Boston.
Oh, that
makes it a little bit more exciting. I think if it was Tampa versus Florida, now you're talking national appeal.
Yeah.
But Tampa, Boston, I'm like, yeah, that's to me another Tuesday night game.
I would go out of my
divisional
way.
rivals.
I would go out of my way to watch a line brawl between the Lightning and Panthers outside. I'd go out of my way to watch that.
Yeah, of course.
Tampa, Boston, I'm sure it'll be a good game. Am I rearranging my day for it? I don't know.
Who do you want to start with, Tampa or Boston?
Okay, I want to start with Tampa.
Oh, okay.
And the reason I would start with Tampa, or should I start with Tampa or should I start with Boston?
It's your call.
Let's go. Okay, we're going to go Boston first on this one if it's my call, because I think Boston does a good job. The one thing I'll give the Boston Bruins credit for is, hey, that's a jersey that isn't completely black, which they could have done, right? And
Steve is not feeling it.
it's not good. And the white gloves with the Boston jersey, it's like it's like they're there to collect your car before you go into a fancy steak restaurant.
Steve walked in and smelled a diaper full of poop.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, something in here is a little stinky. I need to change something.
yeah, but
I put my shirt over my face every time I have to change one.
But I'll give it marks for, at least it's not the exact same, striped shitty jerseys that we got from Detroit and Chicago all those years, right?
Yes, it's not. It doesn't obnoxiously scream old.
Yeah.
Look at us being old.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like a white. I like a white gloves, but I don't think that Boston committed to it. If you're going to do white, you should have had a white helmet.
The white gloves are a miss. It looks
on this one.
It looks really awkward on this one in particular with the black helmet. The white gloves don't make any sense. Why are we going from the white part of the bottom of the jersey into the white gloves?
Because they just dipped their hands in snow, Jeff.
It doesn't make sense.
What would save it? Black gloves or a white helmet?
I got one. Here's what you guys think. Who do you think of this? You got the white gloves with it's base white, but then across the knuckles you have some yellow and some black too.
No, wait, Adam, you're missing the obvious solution here. Brown gloves.
What does brown mean, Steve?
Old. Brown equals old. That's what that means in hockey. Brown gloves.
I actually don't mind the jerseys.
I don't mind it either.
I
wouldn't
mind
buy it, but it's fine.
I think the jersey's fine. I don't love the logo. It's just a chubby bear.
Yeah,
right?
It's a Bruin.
Yeah, but it's not like
a Bruin's a bear, right?
Yeah, but usually it's like and no, that's just like kind of an anatomically correct bear.
Yeah, but it's winter. They're supposed to be hibernating. Like that bear shouldn't even be awake right
So make him sleep then, if we're going for that.
I think it looks he looks like he's about to lie down and cuddle up.
Yeah,
Just,
no,
give the bear some breathing room here.
have him just cuddling.
Cuddling another bear. Yeah, that's very Bruins hockey. Now,
Just a couple bears.
last night on the stream, these pictures started to leak, and there was a picture of Nikita Kucherov. And I want to tell you this before I show you this. Okay, chances are you've seen this, but I still want to tell you the story. I sent it to Maddie at about 5:00, and I was like, "Get this ready for tonight's stream because we need to talk about this in the intermission." And I had a conspiracy theory. So it's a picture of Nikita Kucherov leaked at the photo shoot with these jerseys on. And he's looking as happy as Nikita Kucherov is able to, which is he's miserable. But
that guy's happy when they win the Stanley Cup and no other time.
He's never smiled ever. And that's why I love Nikita Kucherov, because he's crazy.
I listen, I understand it.
If I was wearing a jersey like that, I'd be miserable too. And I said to Matt, I'm like, I feel like, and I said it on the stream, I feel like the Tampa Bay Lightning are punking us. I think they're putting out an intentionally shitty jersey and they're leaking it to everybody.
Like Sonic the Hedgehog?
And then they're going to come out and they're going to give us 2004 Dave Anderchuk Stanley Cup winning.
Those are so good.
Tampa Bay Lightning jerseys, or even the ones from the late 90s that had the Lightning. They had the Lightning crest, but then they had the Lightning around like the rest of it too, where it looks like it's sort of raining.
It was kind of a lot, but it'd be perfect for a stadium series.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Maximalist sort of look.
Is this the photo you're talking about? No, it's not that
that's
one?
Not one. No. There's like an actual. Here, I can text it to you.
Yeah,
if you
sure.
want. I'm going to send you the same one I sent Maddie. Yeah, this photo is just, it's such a funny photo. because Kucherov looks miserable in it, and I can see why. And again, looking at this photo, you can see, okay, well, maybe because Tampa has traditionally been a very well-run organization. I know their owner just sold, but like he's still running it. I kind of thought like here's an organization that's got an ability to play like that. Like the Leafs is where Leafs are where sense of humor goes to die.
Yes.
Right? They're as dry as if you were to take drywall and chew it. That's how dry the Leafs are. The Tampa Bay Lightning can have some fun. They can have a sense of humor.
Right.
They can leak something fake and then come and go, actually, bitches, here's our great jersey.
You hate this jersey that much?
Look at this piece of shit. This is the ugliest jersey I've ever seen.
When did Nikita Kucherov join the 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins?
That's the same colors. So this is the leaked picture, but it is not obviously the real picture. The picture started to leak, and then of course both teams came out with them. But this is the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's like a lighter than navy blue and sort of a turquoise ocean style color, and they have released this to the public and expected people to buy it, which I think is a very bold choice.
It's not terrible.
Yes, it is.
I do not have the same sentiments about this jersey. I actually kind of like it.
It's just not the Lightning's colors.
That's okay.
That's fine.
I guess. Is it?
Yeah, I think the colors are cool.
And
I don't know. Just make it red then.
And I have
like the baby blue's not their color.
I have an alternative.
Make it red and purple.
What?
And have it say North. Just have a Raptors jersey. Like, if it doesn't matter. Like they have an identity.
No, they don't. Not with that jersey.
I like it.
Jesse, that's the most beer league ass jersey I've ever seen.
It's
like
cool.
If you wore that in beer league, people would chirp the shit out of you.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's ugly.
No.
Here, let me pull up the actual photos.
My main criticism of it is it's just not a Lightning jersey.
It's also ugly, Steve. It's okay to say it's ugly.
I don't like.
It's worse than the Dallas Stars glow in the dark jersey. That's
of all,
Buffa Slug level. That
jersey's beautiful.
No, it is not.
So is the Mooterus.
When
the Stars randomly decided
so bad, the Mooterus.
I just joked about just make it red. Then the Stars did that.
Yeah,
we're red now a little bit.
But the Stars jersey they released this year was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt, you can throw this up. I like these jerseys.
Fart.
That's really not bad.
They're kind of cool. And I love the little pirate things on the arms
which is
there.
Okay.
That's a great detail.
I like that teams have started doing that.
Yeah.
Here's where you could have had me. Jesse, I've sent you 2 links. Click the bottom one first. Okay.
Okay. And here's another photo. You can throw that one up too. There's the real photo. I don't know. I kind of like them.
I hate when teams miss the point. And I've been saying this about the Capitals for a long time. Look at the flag behind Ryan McDonough with the cool.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Why am I shutting up?
No, you're going to shut up.
I got to shut up.
There's a reason you got to shut up.
Why do I got to shut up?
Well, because let me show you something.
Okay.
Jesse, can you bring up the thing that I sent you?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I won't look.
No.
You let me know when I can.
No, you can't look yet.
Okay.
Can't look yet.
Okay.
But I will tell you when you can look. Because you're onto something,
Hurts my
sir.
feelings.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I just meant like...
It's okay. I'm fine.
Don't...
I'll be okay.
People on the internet are good. They're good at stuff. I don't know if you know this. And what they did was what you were alluding to. That is the shoulder patch you see on the flag.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So people are like, what if we swapped the shoulder patch onto the front of the jersey?
No, but then this is literally the Penguins jersey.
Oh, shit, he's right.
Like what? Oh, so let's make the old Winter Classic Penguins jersey. That'll be great.
You know
He's
what,
right.
The suck level is turned down by like 70%.
Instead of doing something new and kind of fun with the TBL, let's just recreate the Penguins jersey. No, this is garbage.
Putting nothing but your initials on the front of your jersey is not new or fun. Everyone does it, and it always looks mediocre.
I like the lightning in the back of the TBL. I thought it was cool. And this to me is you're just recreating something from the past that another team did.
It's
the exact same color.
I like this
to that
more.
They stole the Leafs jersey.
I like this more, but it is. You're right. It's literally the
that we'd be sitting here being like, you fucking copycats.
Okay, well,
Maddie, what do you think? What?
I think there's a lack of creativity with both of these ideas.
Damn.
Like with the TBL, like you could do more than that. Like, I don't know. It's still, the color scheme is there. I just feel like our hopes they're flying in the sky and they're just like getting shot.
Well, think about this. Think about this. You've got so much in Tampa that you can glob onto.
So much. I agree.
They literally have a weekend. I learned this out. Gasparilla weekend. Have you heard of this?
Yes. Because someone told me on the stream.
Jose Gaspar, who is a pirate. Dude, you could just do skull and crossbones jerseys that are black.
And perfectly justifiable. Yeah.
To me, lean into the skull and crossbones pirate stuff. Speaking of Pittsburgh, that would be cool.
I like
that. Would be cool.
Yeah, and make it red and black and white and gray, and for one day call yourself the Bucks. You know,
Baker
like
Mayfield's going to play left wing.
Yeah, like Buccaneers. You know, it's like Pirates. No one's done that.
No, they're playing in Raymond. I don't think it's called Raymond James Stadium anymore, but they're playing where the Bucks play for this outdoor game. I assume you aren't aware of any of the goings on.
I had no idea.
I'm so upset with how they've chosen to do the Panthers. Who are they playing? Panthers Rangers outdoor game because they're playing at the Marlins Stadium, which has like a roof on it. Like I think it's retractable, but I assume they'll open it up. But yeah, it's a weird baseball stadium to do an outdoor game in.
Yeah,
is that building are they going to retrofit it so that people can go?
I don't know if they've ever had like over 5,000 people in the stands at a time. This will be the first time.
Are they just playing on the fountain? Like
the little
they're freezing the fountain?
Yeah.
They're playing on?
Yeah.
So, full disclosure. I got sent a scarf and a toque and a jersey for the Florida Panthers Stadium Series stuff.
I haven't seen it. Is it out?
Yeah. That one's out already.
I brought it home the other day. I should have just left it here.
Yeah.
Because here were my options. Okay, you can have your pick of Boston, Tampa,
Florida,
New York, or Florida. Now, the New York ones, I just don't.
I have the New York one. I have it here.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's right. So you got the New York one. I was like, okay, what's the funniest? I've already got a Bruins jersey. I know. I hate it too. I was like, you know what? Funniest is I get Panthers. So I got to find a way to get it into the hands of Panthers fans. All those things. I got to find a way. I don't even think I could throw it on my back.
You couldn't put it on?
I think I'd vomit.
You're wearing a Sharks jersey as we speak.
I'm wearing a Sharks jersey as I speak. Like, I've worn a Boston Bruins jersey once. And it's because Ray Bourque wore it and he asked me to wear it. And I was like, yes, Ray Bourque, at the Easter Seals tournament. No former Panther has asked me to wear that jersey. I can't put it on. I can't do it. I got to find a way to get it in the hands of a true fan because I can't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. I shan't. I mustn't. Don't look at me.
This is good.
You just put it on. You could.
Well, I kept waiting for my two friends to say something.
Well, we were listening to you. I was enraptured. I don't know, man. I feel like anytime you talk about jerseys and especially these stadium ones, I am really tired. I'm going through fatigue of these new jerseys. Like I'm fine with them just showing up at the stadium and wearing their jerseys.
Really? A part of the whole spectacle is that you get new jerseys for those games.
I don't think it needs to be anymore.
Well, you're going to have to convince a lot of people to not make a lot of money.
I got to tell you.
How much money do they make off
I'm
that?
with Jarry on this one.
Tell Fanatics they don't need to make a couple extra $1 million.
I'm not saying that. I feel like you could get patches. You could do, or can we settle on a good one and it's only available for sale on the weekends that you got the? Because here's the thing.
Would be a terrible person to run Fanatics.
Look at how many Chicago has had, right?
No,
and how many of them have been good?
So Adam, I'm going to tell you. There was Global Series stuff that was only available at the Global Series in Sweden. Pain in the ass, shitty, and awful. It sucked. And they ran out of everything, and the lineups were forever. No. Terrible idea. Like making it only available at the event.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying that. I said you only make it
I thought you
available
were.
on that weekend.
Like to buy?
Yeah, you can buy it online.
Why wouldn't you just have it available?
Well, people wanted the Boreas Salming patch. People like the Blue Jays friggin' World Series patch. Like, nothing changed about the jersey. People are like, well, I got a World Series patch on this one, though.
That remains one of the strangest decisions the Leafs have made in recent memory.
Was not continuing to wear the Boreas Salming
They
patch?
wore it twice. Everyone pretty unanimously was like, this is very good. And then they're like, we're wearing it twice and also pretending like it doesn't exist. Did they get sued or something that we don't know about? No, like, why would they stop?
All right.
People, like, that should have been the number
Leafs
one Christmas
don't
item.
Do things like that. They don't wear patches for a long time. They're all about like the clarity of the brand.
Twice?
Yeah, that's what they do.
They wore that
That's how they
shitty reverse retro for how many games?
A lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Adam, I think you can't convince people to not make millions of dollars.
I don't think they do make that much off these sales, especially if the jerseys are lackluster. Like, I don't see anybody in Detroit wearing the Stadium Series
You're wrong.
black and
Yeah,
red.
You're wrong.
I think you're
Really?
very, I think
That
you're
says
very,
Detroit
I think you're
across
very
the
wrong in the economics
Really,
of
I would
selling
love to
jerseys.
see. If you have one of those, please send me a picture.
No, I think you're wrong in the economics of selling jerseys, and that you come out with a new jersey, it does really well, and they make a bunch of money. And
I don't see a lot of
that's
Cream City jerseys
a
hanging
part
out.
of the business.
Well, yeah, that one
of getting
sucks.
an outdoor game is you sell a bunch of new jerseys. That's a part of this whole racket.
Okay.
And it's a good gate. Like,
Yeah.
people are going to go to this thing.
Yeah, there's Lone Depot Park out where the Marlins play. There's the roof.
I've
I
been there.
really hope they open the roof.
I've been there.
Does it open?
How is it, Adam?
It's actually
It does open.
It reminds me a lot.
Oh,
it's
there you go.
It's like a newer version, or was a newer version before the renovations of Rogers Center. It's built the exact same way.
Oh, okay.
My guess
It's a beautiful park.
My guess is you can't open it, Jesse, because
What?
well, Skydome doesn't open below, I think it's 17 Celsius. They won't open it.
It's Florida though.
But Florida in the winter is not that warm. It's actually surprisingly, it can be a little bit cold.
I mean, I hope it's not that warm. It's an outdoor hockey game.
I think it's going to be open. I think the whole idea is that it's an outdoor game. I think they'll open it. I don't think the realities of the stadium in Florida share the same with the realities of the stadium in Toronto.
I'm gonna check the temperature in Tampa right now.
Well, it's in Miami.
Okay, fine.
That's in Miami, isn't it?
I don't know.
That's where the Marlins play, so it'd be in Miami. That's you mean?
Oh shit! It's 25.
Yeah, it's 23
Wow.
in Miami. Yeah,
Yeah, I think they'll be fine with opening it.
I've been in Florida when it's been like 6 or 7 degrees over Christmas, so it can get cold. But that's about as cold as it's gonna get. I think.
Yeah, but this will be played midday, so like the sun will be up.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll have trouble opening that roof. I just hope that for the sake of an outdoor game, it is played outdoors. But that's just me.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that warm. That's crazy. I guess that's why people go there. Interesting.
It does get cold for sure.
Yeah,
But not here cold.
I thought I saw footage of like frozen iguanas a few years ago. That's
Probably.
what I was thinking of.
Probably. It snowed in Texas, what was it, last winter? And the entire state was under a state of emergency.
And most winters over the last few years because
global warming and stuff.
fucked.
Anyways,
Yeah.
what's next?
Good time to go to
Adam hates the jerseys.
They stink. Hey guys, did you know that Canada is a part of participating in a gigantic soccer tournament next year?
What?
You heard
That's
about that?
Wild. No, this is the first time.
First time. Well, the thing about it is that it's in multiple different cities, not just in Canada, but the United States and Mexico as well. And if you were in the lottery for tickets, maybe you got tickets in another city. You're wondering, ooh, flights. How? Skyscanner.
But,
Can I show you-
so I don't have to walk to Vancouver?
No, you don't.
Can I show you how cool this thing is?
Please.
Maddie, throw it on the screen. So this is Skyscanner's football flight finder. So there's a thing and it says on the screen, it says follow your team. And it says my team is Canada. Say I want to pick another team. So these are all the matches for Canada. This is where they are. They're going Toronto, Vancouver, Vancouver. I hit that. It says find flights. I got it set to myself solo economy, going everywhere in June. So I want to see, let's say Jordan. I want to see the Jordan team play wherever in June. I just click it. And then their matches come up, and I can just hit the flights to go see their matches in San Francisco and Dallas, Texas.
Oh, isn't
that cool?
That's very cool.
It's so
Should have
easy.
selected Caraco.
Curacao?
No.
Oh, wait. Right.
Yeah, no, that's a thing that happened. Here's Belgium. Seattle, Los Angeles, and Vancouver. Anyways, I love Football Flight Finder. It's really cool to just play around and see all the matches and the teams.
And Skyscanner is something I know the Mad Dog uses as well. Every time she goes flying. It's not just for finding your team's soccer match, but excuse me, it helps. I'm coughing. Anyway, don't waste your time searching everywhere. Be a smart fan and start planning your trip right now. Go to Skyscanner's dedicated Football Flight Finder URL, which is in the description. But if you want me to read it out loud, I will. It's skyscanner.ca/football-flight-finder, and set your price alerts to lock in. Lock in, Steve Dangle.
I am.
Lock in, Jesse Blake, for the biggest games of 2026. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/STP and get on your way to your best self. Guys, 'tis the season for the in-laws. The ones you love, the ones you see the one time a year and you go, that's enough. That's enough.
No, not mine.
You should gift someone BetterHelp. You know, the in-laws that you think might need to talk to somebody. What if you gave them a little BetterHelp and you say, hey, hit this link, hit the SDP code. This is what you need.
I think you might have just cracked the code.
You know?
We didn't know Jesse was going to say that. That's a remarkably good idea.
Sometimes you therapize yourself, but sometimes it's the people around you who need it.
Hold on.
Are you guys?
You got to make sure they're going to take it well.
See, the person who needs it the most probably won't be the most understanding about your gift.
Yeah, Maddie. Oh, sorry.
Oh my god. Oh, go ahead.
I would love that gift.
Yeah, it's great, right? Listen,
Feel him out first a little bit, but like
you're a reasonable human who would like take that well. You probably don't need it the most.
So you're saying wake up call?
A wake up call to somebody in your life.
I think everybody needs therapy, to be honest.
yeah.
But
Everybody does. Everybody does. But you need the right kind of therapy. And here's the thing. They've got 30,000 credentialed therapists, all types of disciplines, and we're going to give you 10% off. How about that? Or we're going to give that to your family member who you lovingly suggest should go to therapy. Build your support system or theirs with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/STP today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/STP. Okay, this is going to head off. I did want to do a couple of quick shout outs here because Joe Bowen is having his big evening is next week versus Chicago, right? Where the Leafs kind of honor him for how many years. And I'm just going to send over some pictures. First off, the San Jose Sharks gifted him a bottle of wine that is inscribed from them, which I think is pretty cool. He also got a picture with Owen Nolan, former Leaf, former Shark, who is a color guy for the San Jose Sharks radio network. I did not know that.
Not know that.
No. So
the Sharks' retention of past stars is crazy.
yeah, I mean,
Talked about that on the show
I was
before.
running through it last night on the stream. I'm like, we saw Nabokov, Ricci, Thornton.
Thornton was like the first person we saw.
Yeah, who else was there?
We interviewed Dan Boyle.
Dan Boyle was there, and like they're all just around.
Yeah, they're just hanging around.
Yeah,
Or
helping out.
Yeah, just having fun. Mike Greer is their GM.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this is nice. I thought a really nice touch from the Sharks.
Yeah, that's really cool. That is really cool. I would love to know if it's already gone.
Me too.
Joe Bowen likes to party.
Yeah.
Are the Packers a good team this year?
I think that when you don't open.
Are the Packers a good team this year?
Who? The Green Bay Packers?
Yeah.
Jesse's the one to ask.
Yeah, they're decent. They're probably
Notre Dame, I
winning
think,
the
is more.
division.
Next Packers win, that's gone.
Jordan Love might be a fraud, but we don't need to talk about that.
Oh.
The Leafs are like Joe Bowen's third team, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Notre Dame and the Packers probably.
Notre Dame and the Packers are way higher up. He friggin' loves them.
He broke his streak to go watch a Notre Dame game.
Actually?
Yeah. Last
I remember
year.
that.
Yeah,
He did.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, I want to head off one of the segments that we were definitely going to have. Darren Dreger reports this morning at 11:30. The news appears to be better than expected for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. See how he feels in the morning, but the veteran D-man may test his injury tomorrow, and if he feels he can play, he will. Surprising considering the pain he was in when he left last night's game, where he had to be kind of helped off.
Oh my holy God.
Now, the play that we're talking about, he just kind of got mixed up with Adam Gaudette, former Marley.
Yep.
Behind the net. It was just, they were both fighting hard for it. Gaudette went down hard, and then OEL went down hard.
There's all kinds of like weird nerves and stuff down there. You can pinch one, and for like a moment, you won't be able to put weight on it.
Yeah.
So,
and he was on all fours. I'm like, dude, did he snap an ACL, a PCL, something like that?
So here's what the Leafs are looking at without him.
Yeah.
So you have 6 healthy D on your roster. So you're looking at like McCabe, Stetcher, Riley, Myers, and then Benoit Thrun.
Yeah.
If you really want, you can switch Thrun and Myers.
Yep.
You still have to call someone up. You can't just have 6, right?
Yep.
Well, call up William Villeneuve. It's time. He's listed as week to week with an illness by the Marlies. Well, okay, you got that Cade Weber kid. Call him up. Nope. He's injured too. I don't know who
Matt Benning.
You might have had to call up Matt Benning, who a lot of Leaf fans are like, who the hell is that?
Former NHLer, played a lot of games.
You played in the NHL last year.
Yeah.
With the Sharks. Yeah. So I don't know what they would have done.
Well, I mean, they still might have to do it, but I think the obvious answer is they would have played Philip Myers. And Jess, my question for you is like, confidence seems to be a part of what's been at issue for the Leafs. Yes, they've had injuries and that sort of thing. Philip Myers was dependable last year. This year, he feels like Martin Marincin with the puck every time. Just panic icing. Do you think that they see him as a viable option? Or do you think they would have had to bring up somebody else that perhaps they didn't want to from the Marlies?
Myers is the guy you got to go with, right? Like I think that's the next man up in that situation. It's just, he shouldn't be playing this much. I don't think I don't think he's in a place where he's an everyday NHLer playing all these minutes on a team that's trying to get into the playoffs and do something there. Like I don't think he's at that place in his game right now. Maybe he improves over the course of the season, but it's a last resort kind of place, and with OEL going down, you'd be in a last resort. But there might be some good news coming for Tanev. They reevaluated today with the doctors, so there might be, if they're willing to share that information, which who knows if they will be.
He might just show up tomorrow.
Saturday, we could see him out there in an actual jersey and not a no contact jersey, and all of a sudden he's playing on Saturday. So that might come down the line too. So I don't think this is a sky is falling Leafs just yet.
It seemed like it.
It seemed like it with OEL going down and all of the injuries, but they might have escaped here with only like the hurt feeling.
If OEL even misses a game, though, my first thought was, unfortunately, not of OEL, who I love. My thought was, shit, who are you going to play with Riley?
I think
he's elevated Riley's play.
It has to be Myers.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, that's a position that Myers shouldn't be in considering his skill level. And you're only doing it because of injuries.
The only other option is you go, okay, Riley Thrun, play your first game together ever against McDavid. And then you do Benoit Myers, which we know doesn't work. Benoit looks awful.
Really?
He doesn't. I don't think he looks very good.
I think he's been active in the play and whatever. I mean,
he's busy.
He got turnstiled by Eklund last night, but like
he's a hard worker. Like I'll always respect that about him. He's a gamer, right? But like there are limits to his game.
Sure, but in comparison to the other guys, I think he's okay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, geez,
if everybody's healthy, he's a 6'7" defenseman.
He can play in a. I'd like them to make a decision with Philip Myers. Henry Thrun was the 10th D-man the Leafs have used this season, and Myers was scratched for him. Mm-hmm. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not as easy, because if you don't want to play him, that means the other teams probably don't want to either. Mm-hmm. But let's figure this out.
Yeah. So OEL went down last night, but I think more importantly, the Leafs went down in a game they absolutely should have won.
100%.
This is a team that has struggled in a big way in the second period all season long. And the second period, the Leafs were absolutely dominant.
They looked great through 40.
The issue was that when they were dominant, like to the level they were dominant, I think they were outshooting them like 9-3 at one point in the second period.
Outshooting anyone is unexpected.
Yeah. And they didn't convert. No. And part of that, I think, is remember when the Leafs got shut out in the opening match. I think it was 24-25 against Sam Montembeault, and Montembeault stopped 41 shots. I saw
47.
Oh, 47. There you go. I saw a lot of that I'm not to take anything away from the game Nedeljkovic had, because I think he was solid.
Yep.
But I saw a lot of shots to the pad that were directed properly to the side, but no collected rebounds. And if the Leafs are going to score goals in Berube's system, it's going to be in the dirty areas. It's going to be in the Dakota Joshua style areas. And he scored.
And he scored in a net front battle that he has to win because it's Liljegren. And bless the guy. He's horrible in front of his own net. He is. So Joshua takes advantage of that. Good for McCabe. Willy with a sexy pass to Matthews. Sexy finish. That was awesome. You finally score on the power play. I'm watching for it now. Riley missed some golden opportunities, dude. Missed the net entirely. And I can't, it's my fixation now. I can't stop watching it. Hit the fucking net. Hit the net. Holy shit. Like, okay, you're trying to pick one. I would rather him hit the goalie in the chest. There might be a rebound.
There might be a rebound. Yeah. And when you see OEL shoot it from the point, what's he always do?
Hit the net.
But also,
what? Oh, keeps it low?
Keeps it low every time. Every time.
It drives me nuts. Like, there were a couple sort of maybe opportunities because the puck hit the end boards and almost bounced in front. Like, is that the business model?
Yep.
Is that the strategy? That's how we're trying to generate offense?
Yep.
Is by missing the net on purpose? And really?
Yep.
It's something I'm watching harder and harder, and it's driving me more and more nuts.
Jesse, what were your thoughts on overall last night's game? Is there a particular area that you thought, damn, like there's a lot of areas I think they really let it get away from them.
One thing, the most fun thing that happened pregame was Ryan Reaves going off on Toronto. And that I can play his comments there if you want to get into that. And then the actual game, that's another game you should have had 2 points in, just like how it was Montreal last Saturday, and they don't come away with that. But this was Ryan Reaves pregame.
A bit of chip on your shoulder to show them tonight against them that you can still play at this level.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they basically said that I couldn't play in this league anymore, and I'm back. So I think throughout the year, not just that situation. I think there's just some situations that could have been handled differently. At the time, I've been in the league for 15 years, and I think just a little honesty and some communication would have been nice. But like I said, every team handles things differently, and it is what it is. I ended up in a great organization in San Jose, and I'm having a great time playing there. So it was just a stepping stone to get here.
I think the crucial words there in what Ryan Reaves was saying is he's calling out the Leafs for honesty and communication. But I look at his situation, I say they were being very honest about how they felt about you by sending you down to the minors.
Yeah, they communicated. They communicated by saying you can't play in the league.
I don't know how they could have been any more clear with what they were doing by sending you to the Marlies and saying we don't want you on this team anymore. Where's the more clarity?
He seems like a great guy, and he must be, because he doesn't score or fight, and he's still in the league.
By the way, 26 games, he's got 19 penalty minutes.
Yeah.
And 2 goals.
Like,
That's it. -8.
You're like, his tight 5 must be ripping.
Yeah.
I don't know what else he's doing.
After the game, when guys want to meet other guys from the other team, there's the hallway in between the 2 locker rooms. Ryan Reaves came out and he was there, and 6 Leafs went out to go meet him. They're all just yucking it up together. He's a very liked guy.
Remember when we fucked that game up? I know you guys can be human, but no one wants to see that.
The very, very liked guy amongst NHLers on the ice. He wasn't good enough for the team.
So
where was the confusion, Mr. Reaves?
He's not being honest about the current season he's having. It's not even December, and Scott Wheeler pointed out the Sharks are being outscored 11-3 when he's on the ice. 11-3?
You're getting destroyed.
And you ended up in a great organization. How? The Leafs didn't have to trade you. They could have buried you outside of Exhibition Stadium if they wanted to. They could have had you riding the bus. They could have had you playing with the Marlies for the rest of your career, and you can choose to take your ball and go home like David Kampf if you want.
How did he end up there?
He ended up in San Jose because they traded you there. You're in California, and your job is to keep the vibes light for a team full of children. Like, yeah, of course. Of course. It's a great situation for him. It really is. And he has the Leafs to thank for that.
They're also a team full of, oh yeah, that guy's there. Like last night watching the game, it's like, oh yeah, Adam Gaudette's there. Oh yeah, John Klingberg's a Shark. It's every single guy in that roster. Oh yeah, Colin Graff's still there. Like every single guy's like, oh yeah, he's there. He's just a cast off from another team.
They're so fun. Like they are a fun team. Like I'm not going to denigrate them at all. There's a reason I'm wearing the jersey, right? Like, well, they won. My team didn't. Great organization and everything. The Leafs did not have to do right by him, and they did. He is acting like he's performing well in San Jose. He's not. And I was angry from the first shift I saw him because, Ryan, if you played like that one shift in Toronto last season, you'd still be here. I think you took your ball and went home. I think that's what you did. I think you clearly communicated to the Leafs that you thought you were better than you are, and last night was your Stanley Cup final. That'll be the best game for the rest of your life, Ryan. You will never play a better game than that. Never. Everyone gets up to play the Leafs, and it'd be great if someone got up to be a Leaf, which you didn't. You didn't score. You didn't contribute. You didn't hit, and when you did, you got suspended for 5 games. You didn't fight, and the one fight you had, the captain stuck up for you and thumbed his nose at the fans, and you were still miserable. Like, I have no doubt that the Leafs have a corporate stuck-up atmosphere. I don't doubt that at all. But if you played the way you did last night, every game, I promise you would still be here. You didn't.
Well, and let's be honest, every time he was in the Leafs lineup, it was like, oh, they probably can't play.
They got scored on.
They probably can't play that fourth line. And you look at how reliable the fourth line is now for the Leafs. And
yeah, they play hockey.
Berube loves his duos, right? So Lorentz and Lawton have been stapled to each other. They've been great, and they've had a succession of different wingers. Robertson and Yarncroke, both in the last 5 games, both have worked very well on that line.
And I think that's fine. You can change up one guy to suit your needs, right?
But you can't have what the Toronto Maple Leafs were last year with a guy like Reaves in the lineup regularly, because it only gives you 3 lines to work with. Mm-hmm. He wasn't good enough. Last night, listen, I don't know who's got the stats, but isn't that fourth line being outscored like 11-3?
Yeah, 11-3. That's what I just said.
Yeah, you just said that? Okay.
He is a legitimately terrible hockey player, like really bad. And I'm not talking about hits or fights or that role doesn't belong in the league. No. It's goal scoring contests. They always score more against you than you score against them. Always. That's a testament to how great of a person he is. That's all he brings to the table. Mm-hmm. You make $1.35 million to be a great person?
You must be awesome.
Fuck.
I mean, he seems like a guy who's like made for being on a panel one day, having his own podcast. Like, this guy's
he'll be awesome.
He's gonna kill in the media.
He'll be awesome. But we'll make as much.
And I think you have to remember too, as athletes, they need an axe to grind. Like, even Tom Brady would be like, or Michael Jordan, they'd find things to be mad at. And Reaves is using that as his motivation this year.
You have 2 points.
Well, I know, but remember that I don't expect athletes to be like normal about their own careers. Like, I just don't.
Sure. Right, but like even the good guy thing, it runs its course amongst these teams, because since being in Vegas for a couple years, he's gone to the Rangers, the Minnesota Wild, he's gone to the Leafs, and then now the Sharks. Like, that's since 2020.
That's 5 teams in 5 years.
Everybody just keeps moving him around because he comes in and he's a great guy, but then they're like, okay, but he's also not useful here because we're losing the goal scoring contest, as you so eloquently put it.
Listen, if you're on your team at whatever level, like, it pays really well to be a good person, work on that tight 5, come up with some funny shit. Like, I don't know what else to do. He can't, like, they told me you can't play. No, you can't play for them. Mm-hmm. Like, I know the Leafs aren't doing well this season. The Sharks don't have any expectations. Like, you found a niche, and that is wonderful vibes guy on a team that isn't prioritizing winning hockey games. And if they were prioritizing winning hockey games, there's no way they'd employ you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I felt really, it left such a bad taste in my mouth. Like, I know he needs an axe to grind and everything. You're not helping the Sharks win.
What did you think about his hustle on the called back goal? Getting out in front and causing Benoit to hit it into his own net.
Yeah. No, it was great. Would have been better if it counted, right?
Yeah. Well, that wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault.
I
thought Gaudette put himself offside.
I was like, Jesus.
I was like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I'm like, even when the Leafs are playing well, they can't help but be the Leafs. But,
well, it made me
but it
more
did go
mad.
off Benoit. Yeah.
Well, like, go into the net and shit, you didn't do that. You didn't do that. And it was just a performance that I've seen so many times from so many players. A guy plays like hog shit here, goes somewhere else and tries his balls off in his return to Toronto. You think he's going to do that next game? Odds are against him. Knowing our luck, he's going to score. We brought up like Crevier from the Blackhawks the other day, and then that night he scored a shorthanded beauty. Like, we're cursed. But no, if he had that hustle while he was in a Leaf uniform, he'd still be here. We need players like that.
35 games, 0 goals, 2 assists.
And I saw one of those assists in person. It's insane. You know what the odds are? I saw a Ryan Reaves point on a game-winning goal in person and both Leaf losses against the Sharks last year. I had one of the most unique in-person viewing experiences of any Leafs fan in the world.
Are you going back to an afternoon game this year? Do you have any tickets?
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Later this month.
On the 23rd.
Yeah.
The Christmas one? Yeah.
I think I do find it, I understand what he's saying about communication or whatever. And he's like, 15-year vet or whatever. I like, respectfully, the one thing that bothered me about that is it's like, I don't think that Brad Treliving is short on words, nor do I think Craig Berube is nor do I think
who?
Brad Treliving.
Oh, the guy who gave him $4 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Craig Berube is short on communication. That's the one thing about Berube is he says what he thinks, whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. I think this is a player at the end of their career not accepting the inevitable on a very good team. You went from a very good team to a team on the up. Yeah. And they've been up and down all year, Sharks. So, okay, fine. Now, in the game itself, the Leafs blew this.
Yes.
And they blew it on the back of one of the more unbelievable Dennis Hildeby performances I've ever seen.
That behind the back bullshit.
That was crazy.
Crazy.
And, what's so frustrating about that is you look at they got things done that they needed done. They got the third line scoring, and William Nylander's on the third line now because Bobby McMahon was out, and also he was going through a rut.
It's not a demotion. That line's playing unreal.
Yeah. So Nylander creates a play. It goes to McCabe. It goes in front of the net. He shoots one in, and obviously Dakota Joshua was able to tip it in, right? That's great. That's William Nylander at his best, okay? Then on the power play, William Nylander finds a seam somehow through the legs of Mario Ferraro, who's no slouch, finds Austin Matthews at the side of the net, and Austin, for I think the first and only time this game, decided to shoot. And yes, we're talking about that.
Sure.
But I'm looking at these two things, and
Austin
I'm going.
Matthews had 6 shots.
I know, but you could have had 12. I think you guys know what I'm fucking talking about. I'm angry with Austin.
He's looking off shots, but he got 6.
8 attempts, 6 on goal.
Yeah, well,
damn,
not enough.
That's
not.
We were talking about good and bad percentages.
How many of those in overtime? How many did he look off in overtime?
Well, I wish he tried less hard in overtime.
But long story short, the outside of that performance, it would have been nice to see William Nylander engaged. And I know that nobody wants to hear it, but outside of those plays, he wasn't good last night.
Berube coddled him after the game too.
I said it was the best game in a while.
He's wrong.
Willy played the most minutes at 5-on-5 of any forward.
He's trying to get him out of the rut.
He's trying to get him going. And like William Nylander has had more than one game like that this season where you look at the score sheet and you're like, oh, damn, he had 2 points. He looked like shit. I thought he looked awful most of the night. And like he's gifted enough that the 2 points he gets are what created the goal. Like it's a secondary assist on the Joshua goal, but like he created the time and space.
That was all him.
Yeah, it was all him.
Coming around the back of the net there.
Matthews buries it on the power play. It's all Willy. But his for most of the night, I thought he played hockey like he hated it.
Yeah, he doesn't tend to go anywhere with any sort of hustle or passion. You know, when he's going around the ice, it doesn't seem like he's urgently trying to get anywhere on the ice. You know, he's kind of just getting over there in his own time. And I've that's always been him. Yeah. So, like, are we expecting that to change, or is this the reality of the player where we're going to go weeks for a couple of games here, weeks on end, and he's going to be that player, and then we'll get a couple more weeks where he does look like the most dominant offensive player?
Like, the Leafs have, I don't know if you've noticed this, I think they've put an extra emphasis on communication on the ice because you see them pointing all the time now. Here's where you go. Here's where you got to go. Wah, who's a responsible player, is like, Willy, there is a man there. And that man plays professional hockey. Please go cover him.
So some of that is because Anthony Stolarz isn't in net anymore. That was a huge thing that Stolarz does in the net. He yells at everybody on the ice. You can hear him. He's just yelling throughout the entire game for 60 minutes, telling everybody where to go. And he does not miss anything that goes on the ice. So some of that's being carried by the other guys on the ice who are yelling at each other now. Because Stolarz isn't there to yell at anybody. And Hildeby isn't that guy. But he's trying to be.
No, Dennis Hildeby's not a yeller.
He's the complete opposite of that. He's trying to do more in the net, obviously, but he's nothing like Stolarz.
Yeah,
that is
just yells from the goal.
Good insight, Jesse.
Yeah.
Thank
so,
you.
but like Nick Waugh doing that. Yes, please tell Willy there's humans there.
Right, but the fact he has to.
Yeah.
Like,
I also think that there are 3 better options to throw out there in that position.
So
3 other lines that could have done a better job. And I say that with the caveat that if I'm throwing Tavares and Cowan out there, I'm not throwing Robertson out.
Well, I ain't throwing Cowan out there.
I'd throw Cowan out there.
He didn't. He looked
think
bad on the first chart.
I think you have, and I have nothing against Waugh and Joshua, but against the San Jose system, Jesse, what I see is a team that transitions very quickly through the neutral zone. San Jose doesn't spend any time in the neutral zone. They're blue line to blue line gone.
Yeah.
And when you have speed in that system and you throw Dakota Joshua, objectively not very fast, but if he keeps his feet moving, he's fine.
He's fine.
Nick Waugh, objectively not very fast, but he keeps his feet moving, he's fine. And William Nylander, very fast, but not particularly engaged out there. That is setting them up to fail. Now, I don't know who the line was that went off before those guys went on at the 2-minute mark.
I was just wondering that.
But you have... Okay, so it's the 4th line. Yeah. Well, you can put out the Matthews line. Okay, so it's the 2nd line. Well, you can put out the 4th line.
Here's what
it's the Matthews line. You can put out 2 and 4. It was not the right call. I put that squarely on Craig Berube.
I completely disagree. I've been hammering Berube this season, and I think it's been deserved. William Nylander is out there in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game all the time. Like he gets a lot of empty net points and he's out there all the time. It's not necessarily the penalty killers. Like Tavares never kills a penalty, but he's out there, right? In the last 2 minutes or whatever, because he can win board battles, he can win faceoffs. Willy is one of the most talented players in the league and makes $11.5 million. And he's usually trusted in that situation, and it usually goes okay.
But that was not last night.
No, he let the team down last night.
Which is why you don't put him out there.
That's him.
But why would you put him out there if you have 58 minutes of proof that he's not engaged tonight on the defensive end of the puck? Why are you putting him out there?
So the one thing I will put on Berube, where I think you have a point, is Berube thought he was playing great, and I completely disagree. I don't. Could you have put someone else out there in that situation? Yeah.
You should have. Not could you have. Even if Nylander's at his best, Steve, he's still not the best option.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like, how much?
The net is empty.
How much
Get
time
the
was
puck.
left?
2 minutes.
They're probably hoping to get another group out there, is my guess.
Certainly they are. The way you get to the next group is make sure the first group can grab the puck.
Well, or how about get the fucking puck over the line? It's like 6 feet away, Willy. Like, move it. How about there's a living, breathing human being wide open and he's your guy? Go! No, he's too important of a player, makes too much money, has too big of a role on this team to blow that like he did.
And he did blow it.
He blew it.
Make no mistake, he blew it.
Now, in overtime, I mean, it's 3-on-3, so I grade on a bit of a curve. I hated Matthews' decision. He's late in the shift, and he decides to go for it. The problem with that is if you go for it and you're late in the shift and you blow it,
and you turn the puck over.
you're going to look like shit on the back check. You're not going to get there in time, and it's probably going to cost you the game.
Mm-hmm.
Hildeby bails you out by making the save, but Max Domi, the only guy doing his job, is outnumbered. What did I tell you about Riley going to the net in overtime? That's why Domi was the only guy back. Riley always goes to the net in overtime. I thought it was a nonsensical decision from Matthews. It was such a low percentage play, and it fucked them.
Jesse, what do you got there?
Here's the Leafs at the end of regulation here. 1:39 left in the game. I'm with Steve on this in that, like, I don't think you bench Nylander for 2 minutes left in this game when the net was empty, and you put him out in these situations for a reason. It's not necessarily the same as a penalty killing situation. It's a area of the game where you just trust your best players here to get the puck and do the things. Plus, you are running through a couple different lines because there is so much time left. But here's the bad thing that happens for the Leafs. Willy's trying to get the puck in the corner there along the boards about midway through the zone. He gets it.
Oh my God, Willy.
Turns around.
How does this not?
Oh my God,
isn't
Willy.
able to do anything with it. It slips off of his stick in watching the replay. Like, he's not able to get a solid stick on it in that moment.
What are you handling it for?
The Sharks win this battle as Nick Waugh tries to come and help out Willy. He flubs it as well, and then I think
Look how close it is.
and that was Joshua there heading up the ice. Maybe if he had stayed a little back and helped his guys, that would have been a little better. Like, the puck is still in the zone, and you're up a goal with the net empty. Don't cheat there, Joshua.
Yeah.
This is, I think, a failure on a couple of guys here. D's doing the right thing, staying back. There's McCabe over there. But the Sharks are able to come away with this puck here, send it over, cycle a little, and then bury it in the back of the net.
And it had to be Klingberg,
eventually.
Look, you see what point?
Yeah. So here's
Will.
Here's the moment here where Nick Waugh has to tell Willy, don't stand next to me on the ice, because then it's like there's 3 people on the ice. 4 people on the ice instead of 5. So he tells him there's another person over here. Go guard your man.
Hey, by the way, you've played on the same national team as him. By the way, you know that.
So Willy tries to get over there, throws up his little leg there to try and do a little block, but that puck's right in the back.
But that credit where credit's due. What a
gets there.
shot.
by Klingberg.
Klingberg's always had a shot.
Yeah.
And a high one.
That's a hey, where were you guy? Klingberg, like, hey, he was over there. He's on the Sharks. Like, I forgot he was on the Sharks.
He was on the Oilers at one point too. It's
Hands
crazy.
are the last thing to go.
So even here, you can see once again, this starts very early of Waugh pointing out to Willy, this isn't where you should be on the ice. Somebody needs to be guarding this spot up here, or at least just protecting this play going up around to the defenseman at the top of the blue line, and Willy's not in position there. So that's how that goal was scored. That's not a team playing by their system.
All I'm saying is, in normal situations, you throw Willy out there, but you have 58 minutes to confirm that he's been great on the offensive side and not engaged on the defensive side. He doesn't have it tonight. You don't put him in that spot.
I don't think he's earned a benching for the final 2 minutes of it.
It's not a benching. It's just I'm going to shift on our defensive player.
No, that's what it would have been. If the net is empty and a player of that caliber like William Nylander, who's always out there when the net is empty, isn't on the ice, that is a benching by your coach to that player. Yeah. That's how it would be taken by the player and everybody else around him.
And then
if
the
you're
story
keeping
is
him there
William Nylander 2 points benched
with 2 minutes to go. Yeah.
Well,
Look at this.
I think what you're asking there is do your job.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you out there to do your job. Do it. And we'll talk about that after you not doing your job. But I don't think you proactively try and anticipate him not doing his job. This is the play in overtime. Steve, you want to do this one because you were pretty upset with Austin here.
So I think that's Domi getting the puck up the ice. It goes to Riley. Who,
Austin should just switch off right here.
yes, he should. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's tired.
Yeah, go to the bench.
There's half of overtime left. What are you doing?
Yeah, let Morgan do the thing where you just like kill time in the zone. And you get into the zone, you kill a little time, and then you go way all the way back out,
Yep.
and then do that line change. Like,
So-
there's no need for you to stay on here. And
So who's this for the Sharks? 21 is Wenberg.
Wenberg
Is
and
that?
Kurashev.
Oh. So maybe it's... So wait, is that two forwards?
Or unless that's Muka Medulin's number.
I think it's Muka Medulin. 85?
Is it 85 or 96? I can't tell.
I think it's 85.
It's Wenberg for sure, who had a great game. by the
Yes.
Okay.
So Riley attacks, but you're right. Matthews has to switch off there. And what he does is he's like, switch? Sure, don't mind if I do. Switches with Riley and tries to attack the forward
And gets the puck.
because he sees an opportunity there. But
Doesn't shoot!
no, he cuts, but Eklund is there.
Yeah.
And now you're fucked.
Because now it's going the
And
other way.
unfortunately for Max, defense is not his bag, baby.
No, but like
2-on-1.
Yeah, I know, but like you know, if I want somebody back on a 2-on-1, it ain't Max Domi, and I
No.
think Max Domi would agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw
I'm
some
not blaming
people.
him for this, guys. I'm just saying,
Oh, okay.
guys, did I say, hey, fuck Max Domi on that play?
No,
I
some
just
people did,
That's
and I was like, come on.
That is not his strength. That's not what he's good at.
At
And
very
we saw
least-
that. We've seen that in another overtime. Was there not another overtime where it actually was his
Yes.
fault? He's
Sure.
not-
That was in
defense-
the mistake he made was in the
Sure, but I think
and
I think
that's
the
that's on Riley and Matthews to recognize who's back too.
I think
Think, boys. No. Don't let them off the hook on this. Riley is a 12-year veteran. Matthews is a 10-year veteran. Enough. They know better than this.
Riley's
Both
the
of
puck
them.
carrier and he needs options. And Matthews shouldn't be his option because he should have changed off. But that's who he's got. So he used Austin. What they did once or twice earlier in that overtime is they gained the zone, didn't like what they had, said, let's switch.
Reset. Yep.
And they reset. I would have liked Riley to do that. So that's maybe the mistake you could say he made. Matthews attacking in that situation, I thought was just nonsense. And he played a very good game, I thought. And then like poor Domi, at least he made the puck carrier pass
for it. Yeah.
Hildeby makes the save, but you're outnumbered. So you're fucked. Like to me, that's not Max at all.
I think, again, and I'm not blaming Max Domi for it either. I think he was in position. He was exactly where he needed to be on that play. The person for me, unfortunately, in that scenario is Austin. Like, you're right. What is Morgan Riley to do? Not pass it to Austin Matthews? He needs to pass it to Austin Matthews. That's your best handle on it. And I think Austin would have been better in that scenario. If he can't get a shot on the net, don't cut in. These guys are faster than you. And you're not going to get the angle that you want, especially at the end of a shift when you got no gas left.
I'm not sure.
Put it in the corner if you must,
No.
or pass it back to Domi. Those are your two
that would have been a
options.
great option too.
And I
Pass it back to Hildeby.
I'm all for the Leafs ragging the puck in that scenario because I think one of the issues I saw with overtime was the fact that San Jose is so fast and their puck controls really improved. Like they are very, very good. The best players on that team are very, very good at cycling. They're very, very good at neutral zone transitions. They're great at breakouts. Don't give them the puck. Clearly, that was the Leafs strategy. So then you give it back to Domi or to Hildeby.
Well, and
right?
if speed's the name of the game, Lawton did not get on the ice.
Yeah.
Robertson did not get on the ice.
Yep.
Cowan did not get on the ice.
Yep.
Even Yarncroke, for God's sake. Like, no, probably not. But you know what I mean?
That's a stretch.
I would have gone like Cowan. I didn't love on the first goal, but like this is 3-on-3. It's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, has the kid taken the ice in 3-on-3 overtime yet this year?
I didn't hate too much the guys he trusted out there. I think it was, I had it up there. Willy, JT, and McCabe, I think, started the OT, and then Nyes got a shift in there, and then Austin came out. And I think that's kind of indicative of how Austin was feeling at the start of OT. He was probably still a little tired from the end of regulation. The fact that he didn't get on until like the second shift after JT to start that OT. And then he was out there for a minute. when that happened, where he cuts in. It was bad all around there in that overtime. But like the Sharks, how they played all game, the Leafs had no chance against that team in overtime.
Oh, in overtime.
It's 3-on-3. This is where a team who plays like that is going to excel.
All the more reason to not friggin' get there.
Yeah, exactly. That's why like the original sin is you not collecting the 2 points in regulation.
Yeah.
Because you're not beating a team that's fast and young and can play the puck however they want around the ice like the Sharks can in overtime. A 3-on-3 pond hockey fun game is where the Sharks are going to win.
It's a really
you got to close out a game like that. You played really well for 2 periods, and the third period didn't show up.
You like, a few weeks ago, any point in the standings is a good one, and I mean, yeah, okay, good, you got one. It felt like you set a point on fire.
Well, this isn't a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
No.
This is a team that's starting to look like they're coming together. I think overall, you could walk away from this game if you're trying to be as objective as possible and go, the Leafs played a good game. They blew
for 2 periods.
For two periods. And listen, it's the NHL. You're not going to win every period. You should have won the game, and you should have won it in the second. You needed 2 goals in the second. You only got 1. That's what happened.
I mean, it'd be great for one of the highest paid players in the world to get the puck over the blue line right in front of him.
I agree. I completely agree.
One stat from Sportsnet Stats they tweeted out last night after last night's loss. Maple Leafs losses when leading by multiple goals. This season, 5. All of last season, 4.
Wow.
The Leafs also lead the league in that category.
This is the second straight
losses when leading by multiple goals. They lead the league in that category.
That's rough.
Great. Good.
That's rough.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is the second straight year the Leafs have had a 2-0 lead on the Sharks and blown it.
But that wasn't a thing that happens last season. Last season, it was the Leafs get up by a goal and the game's over.
Yes.
And it's boring ass hockey. They go into a third period with a lead. It's shut down, and they had a long streak of that. Do you remember the streak they were running on?
Of course.
Yeah.
Entering the third period with a lead, they were unbelievable up until that Sharks
Because they were good in the second, too.
Yeah. And
Their best
this
period.
is so unlike them and the way Berube's coached this team to be doing this. And it's a real problem that needs to be solved real quick. And like that Sharks loss, Alter was talking about it last night. A lot of that had to do with the schedule and how they traveled. He was actually pointing out how they had
The Sharks or the Leafs?
The Leafs, when they're traveling to the West Coast, there was so little time in between when they had I think it was last practice, and then when they flew out, that they were basically at like a 10:30 start time on the East Coast.
This is last season?
Last season.
Oh, when we were there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was a lot of excuses for that loss. So I'm not hanging.
2 goals in the final minute. It was fun.
Yeah, and they're really in that game too. So I'm not hanging a lot on them on that loss. But this year's loss, like unacceptable.
You already know that Fanatics is the place to go for NHL apparel and gear. And obviously they got the Lululemon connection, which Steve and Jesse are both modeling for us. But have you seen the New York Rangers jersey for the Stadium Series? The Winter Classic, that is, excuse me. In person.
It looks great.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, I really like the red collar.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
It looks great because they've got 2 new jerseys this year. They've obviously got their third jersey as well. And how about this? I love this hoodie.
That's cool.
Isn't that great?
It's a nice cream hoodie.
Yeah.
And something I didn't know about the Rangers Winter Classics jerseys, the NYR apple on the shoulder patch.
cool.
I really like
They
that.
also have toques and scarves.
I love the accessories Fanatics throws in there.
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
And it's got the Florida Panther like sort of logo, not Panther,
The Winter Classic
Classic logo in Florida.
It's just a
gonna be
palm
fun.
tree.
And if you don't want to just be rocking giant logos and that stuff, go get the Lululemon collection because it is nice.
It's elevated. And whether you're looking for an official jersey, a classic team hat, the absolute peak premium comfort gear, which Steve and Jesse are wearing, Fanatics is your destination. Check out the entire world of NHL merchandise, including the newest, sleek Lululemon NHL collection, available in all 32 teams. Head over to fanatics.com and gear up with the best. Hey, Steve, is that you farming Aura?
I'm always Aura farming.
Yeah?
With my Aura frame.
Yeah! Woo!
Now, here's a true story. My in-laws have an Aura frame. And yesterday I thought my parents should have an Aura frame. So I said in our group chat, say, that Aura frame we use for ads, whose is that? And Adam said, mine. And I said, oh, okay. So I ordered an Aura frame using our code.
I love
What's
it.
that code, Adam?
That code is STP, Steve Dangle, and you get unlimited photos and video uploads.
That's great.
Preload those photos before they ship, which I'm assuming you're going to do.
Yes, Mom, if you heard this segment, no, you didn't.
For a limited time, you can save on the perfect gift, which Steve did by visiting auraframes.com and getting $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver Matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using the promo code SDP at checkout. That's Aura, AURA frames.com promo code SDP. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast. So make sure you go to auraframes.com, use the promo code SDP, support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Can I just do a fun side quest here for just a second?
Do it.
Timothy Liljegren has been one of the most polarizing fringe players I've seen in Leafs history.
Not by the end.
Yeah, by the end. Even when they got traded, people are like, well, they don't have any puck moving back there, blah, blah, blah. Buddy,
$3 million's way too much.
The eye test people were right. He is, listen, yeah, he can move a puck forward. He is shocking in front of his own net. There is no bite to that game.
Him and Reaves
I don't know.
4.35 mil. Goodbye.
Like, I looked at him last night. I don't care what his advanced numbers are. That is not a guy that is playing in the lineup on a playoff team.
And you got picks. You got picks. Like the Sharks also gave up Benning, who makes a lot of money for a guy who's on the Marlies. Thrun for a guy who makes a lot for a guy who is apparently officially your 10th D.
I liked Thrun last night. You know why I liked him? Because I didn't fucking notice him.
Not really.
That is when you're a youngish, he's 24, but when you're a defenseman coming into the lineup, it's your first game with a new team. Now, he has played, I think, 119 or 120 games in the NHL, all with the Sharks until last night.
Yeah.
But he just went out there, didn't do anything stupid, didn't try anything too hard, was just simple. I like that. Thank you. Give me more of that.
That's why.
Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
That's why I entertain the idea of putting him with Riley if OEL can't go, because it's a puck moving D who's a lefty on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it sort of resembles OEL. Listen, I don't think it's great either. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel here if OEL can't go.
That's what happens. Next man up.
Yeah, like they're not going to stop the schedule.
Jess, for the vibes after last night, what was the... You know, I'm sure if you're a Toronto Maple Leaf, like, you can't be up and down like we are game to game. Was there any sort of feeling from the guys that came out and talked? And I know Willy was one of them. Willy's like hard to read, but
yeah, I think it was a lot of what Berube was saying in that good 2 periods. They played well. Like, there was a really good team in those first 2 periods there, that first 40 minutes, and that third period just not acceptable. And I think everybody recognized that stuff. So onwards to Edmonton.
Okay. All right.
They can knock off Tristan Jarry.
That's such a strange game. Like, 2 teams that could use a win. I mean, Oilers are picking up their socks. So are the Leafs. But like, that's a fairly seismic move for the Oilers, right? Like, that's one of those games I think you just go on adrenaline. And it might help or hurt you. It's hard to tell.
Is there anything to making this move the day before you come to Toronto for Hockey Night in Canada? Are you inviting the media to talk about your team?
No, I think that's a fluke.
Yeah.
I think I would. I'm not going to be the obnoxious Torontonian and be like, that's why. You know why the Oilers and Penguins made that deal? The Leafs.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything.
Who was it who came on Toronto radio and called the Florida Panthers a bunch of babies?
Keith Tkachuk.
Keith Tkachuk. So this isn't Keith Tkachuk going on local Toronto radio to call out the Florida Panthers so that people would hear it.
That was weird. He put all that pressure on them. You would have thought they would buckle and lose every game.
You don't think Stan Bowman's making this move in front of the Toronto media to put pressure on his team because this is where the people care? Because we are the center of the universe?
I don't think Stan Bowman makes an extra effort to get in front of the media.
I don't know. That sounds like Alberta talking.
Hey.
Alberta Steve.
Hey, Hey, Steve. That should be a character.
That should be a new
Oilers fan,
Okay.
Steve.
Okay. If the Oilers win tomorrow night, can we have 30 seconds of Alberta Steve on the LFR?
I'll give you more than 30 seconds.
Will you?
That was a bit that I think it honestly turned my career around a little bit. Because, little aside here.
Mm-hmm.
When I started at Sportsnet and started making content for them, it was the first time or the most significant time in my career where people were seeing me who didn't ask to see me. And if you saw my channel and you didn't like me, you don't have to ever see me again. Or the podcast, because we had the podcast at the time too. Very early days. Alberta fans, in particular Oilers fans, hated my fucking guts on principle. They hated my dumb face. They hated the dumb place I'm from. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of thoughts on who I voted for. And they hated me on principle. And so I started, for the people who watched every video just to hate me, doing a bit about listen, I know you don't want to see my face, but we're doing hat picks, we're doing dang it's this is cool. Look at this thing that the Oilers did. I know you don't give a shit that I'm the one showing you. And I would start making fun of myself. And then in the office, we had an Oilers jersey just lying around. One of the orange ones, the all orange ones. And I put it on and I just started making fun of Ontario. And I started making fun of the East, thinking they're the center of the universe. And I started lampooning Albertans and Ontarians at the same time. And a bunch of the people that were like, fuck this guy, they were like, you got me. I'm on your side.
Yeah.
You got me. That was funny. I'm on your side. That was tough. That was a tough few months. I was like, man, I got to get out of this rut because a lot of people don't like me.
I think late night Saturday, we need an appearance from Alberta.
Alberta Steve.
Oilers fan Steve.
Alberta
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It'd be fun.
Second intermission guest, Danielle Smith. Danielle, here. Welcome to...
George Peros will reportedly have the final call on all supplemental discipline at the Olympics.
One day, the sun will explode. We'll all be dead, and no one will remember we ever existed.
Okay.
Do you want me to expand?
That's cool.
How do you feel about that?
I hope Tom Wilson makes the team.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sam Bennett. As many Panthers as possible.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Does he get a gold medal when Matthew Tkachuk raises the trophy?
I think he gets a gold medal regardless, and also a Peace Award. The
International
IOC Peace Award.
Nobel.
I like that for him.
No.
Oh.
No, not one of those.
I don't know.
They save those for people.
There's a fair bit about Quinn Hughes out there, and one of the priorities that 32 Thoughts, the blog, kind of put out as a thing for the Canucks is they need a good young center because they've lost a couple of pretty good centers in Horvat and Miller and not gotten the centers back that they've needed. So it is falling, this is happening very, very quickly.
Kampf is their number one center.
Yeah. And if Pettersson was healthy, obviously he would be, but they're going to need more than that.
Yeah.
And what I'm amazed by just generally is how quickly we went from, we really want to have a great season to he's gone, isn't he? It's
not even Christmas.
I know. It's been 10 weeks. It's crazy how fast this has happened. And it looks like Washington is called. Obviously New Jersey's called. Detroit is called.
I called the Metro, didn't I?
Carolina has called. I'm really sort of interested in terms of I wonder one guy I wondered about was a guy that asked for a trade from Carolina earlier this year. It's Svechnikov.
I wondered about him too. He's not a center.
Yeah, I don't know how. It seems like
it's not good enough for me.
No, it wouldn't be 1-for-1.
Oh no.
But is the lead in it? Nah, I want a center.
Well, Filipino was the lead in JT Miller, so let's see. Let's see what the Canucks want.
Yeah,
and what is it? Atu Ratu was the lead in the Horvat trade.
Yeah, that one's turned out pretty good. Atu Ratu's been great.
If I'm Vancouver, and I'm giving you Quinn Hughes, and you're giving me Andrei Svechnikov, you got to take some bad money off of me as well. Because I am not leaving a Quinn Hughes deal as the team taking on money.
Who's the money then?
Well, that's what we got to figure out, right?
Because like Evander Kane's deal expires at the end of the year. You're not doing that.
Maybe it's him.
Why
Well,
would-
yeah,
no,
that
why
would
would you
be
do that? You're losing. Like you're not. If you're trading Quinn Hughes this year, my expectation is that you're not expecting to go very far.
Myers doesn't make insane money anymore. Like so Carolina has space, right? I mean, especially if they unload Svechnikov. So you're giving me, like, now I think we're talking super deal here. Like it's not just
And they're not afraid to do that.
Hughes. No, they're definitely not. Like, is Garland involved? Like Carolina, I think, is really being slept on here. Because they were rumored in the Elias Pettersson stuff all year last year. And I don't think it's going to be him. But we know Carolina's done their due diligence on everyone in the Canucks organization. And you would think the Canucks have done the same back to Carolina. So these guys would be pretty familiar with the pro teams and the minor league teams, the prospect pools. I think you could see a massive deal here.
Do you think that Jesse and Steve, because obviously for Rantanen, they got Stankoven and the 2 firsts and 2/3. Do you think Vancouver, if it was a deal with Carolina, are they interested in those 2 firsts, which are almost guaranteed to be like pick 29 to 32?
Yeah.
Do you think that they're interested in that as a part of it? Because it's not like Carolina's going to have a high first round pick either.
As a part of it, but you got to give me some guarantees here. And by guarantees, I mean young players who are already good. Jackson Blake. Logan Stankoven is really shaken my faith this year. Like, I was a huge Logan Stankoven guy.
It might be the system too. Remember that not everybody flourishes in Rod's system.
Like, does Nikishin find his way into that deal? Does Vancouver include a goalie in that deal? Now I'm probably going way too in the weeds here. If I'm Vancouver, I would, like, I'm not coming out of this taking more money than you. I kind of think if it's going to be Carolina, Svechnikov has to be part of the deal. That's
Jesse,
crazy.
what do you think is most likely here? Because I still feel like New Jersey's got to get this done. It's a failure if they don't.
New Jersey would be interesting.
Because they're talking like Detroit would be like Marco Kasper would be a big part of that deal, or at least that's the rumor. I know that the Capitals are loaded with depth and prospect depth and whatever, but I feel like New Jersey's the only lock to get him signed to an extension too.
Yeah, but if you're a team, you pay for him for the year and a half that you have him too. Like that's worth it because he's so good.
7.5.
It's such a ridiculous contract, and he's so good, and you'll have him for that amount of time. If you're Carolina, if you're Vancouver, and you get a package like something that's similar to Svechnikov, Jackson Blake, Stankoven, and a bunch of picks.
All of them?
A couple firsts.
Yeah, a 2 firsts.
That's more than Rantanen.
And then you get...
It's Quinn Hughes.
Could you do Hughes and something like Garland?
Jake DeBrusk. There's a big contract if you want it out.
I wouldn't mind if you took Nils Hoglander off me. We just gave him $3 million and he's Nils Hoglander.
So you're Vancouver, it's Hughes plus some sort of Hoglander or DeBrusk in there. And that collection of young forwards is what I'm looking for Quinn Hughes for a year and a half at $7 million. I think those 3 would be, there's a jolt to your franchise in the area that's so light, and you don't have to deal with the saga that is Quinn Hughes anymore.
You almost wonder. So remember Carolina, they did Rantanen. They moved off of Rantanen. They got all these futures. And at the trade deadline, I'm like, well, those futures are gone because they're a cup contender now. Mm-hmm. What do they need futures for? And then they were rumored to be in on Rickard Rakell, and they didn't get them. And after the trade deadline, I'm like, well, they're losers here. Mm-hmm. You're a contender and you sold.
What do you need 2 firsts and 2028 for.
Yeah. And like they still did well in the playoffs, obviously. Not as well as they wanted to, but they did okay. But like that's not a good outcome. You had Mikko Rantanen. Like you thought you had the breakthrough playoff performer you've always been looking for. And you come out of it with Logan Stankoven and futures? You almost wonder if this was part of the plan the whole time.
No, I think in that case, there's you don't just do a move to do a move. I know a lot of people want that a lot of the time. But if I feel like Carolina is a smart front office where if the move isn't there, we're just going to sit on it. And we might look like we lost it at this trade deadline, but who knows what could happen in the future.
Next year, we're going to still be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to spend this offseason and still have a lot of cap space. We're still going to have all these futures. Like, maybe this is the swing that gets out of the park. Rantanen was off the wall and turned into a double play.
Mm-hmm. Rantanen, for them, they took the risk on that. They thought they could sign him to an extension, and they should have had that locked down before they did the move.
Quinn Hughes, there's no risk.
Exactly.
If you get him now, even if he doesn't extend with you, you got a year and a half of Quinn Hughes.
You're paying. That's what you're paying for. That should be the price. Right?
And there's a good chance you're playing the Devils in the playoffs, which will make things super fun at some point.
God.
Yeah.
Must watch stuff.
Yeah.
Even if he ends up there down the road, like at some point that organization has to take their swing, and this would be a hell of a swing.
Yeah, it would. It would. I'm looking at their defense. Keandre Miller, Sean Walker, Goss, Despair, Chatfield, Nikishin, and Nystrom. I think he'd fit in well there.
And Slavin's out.
And Slavin's out. Imagine. Hughes and Slavin. Oh, scary.
Shit.
Yeah, that would suck. Last thing I want to do before we wrap up the show. One of the things we have been proponents of, and Jesse, I sent you the video, so if we can pull it up. One of the things we've talked about for years, and this is like going back to early days of the show, is whether records on a team, a franchise, belong to the city or the team. So, for instance, when the Atlanta Thrashers left Atlanta and went to Winnipeg, the highest scoring player in Winnipeg Jets history was Ilya Kovalchuk.
Right.
Which is stupid, right?
Best rookie they ever had? Well, that's Danny Heatley, of course.
The top scoring defenseman in Phoenix Coyotes history is Phil Housley, right? Of the Jets.
Yeah.
So it's really stupid. So finally, in a press conference in Winnipeg, Gary was asked about it because I just need you to hear this answer. It's so textbook NHL. Here we go.
Mr. Chipman has raised that issue with us repeatedly. It's not as simple as just doing it, and one of the projects recently retired Gary Mahar, who ran communications prior to John Weinstein now, is looking at is to see the feasibility of how that would actually work. It's just not simply throwing it up, and so it is something we're looking into.
All right,
is it at the stage where you're still figuring out what the process would be, or is there a process underway?
Well, it's not so much a process, it's what the end result would look like, and can we make it make sense? The process is trying to figure it out, which is what we're trying to
pause
do.
this.
And I don't know.
So Gary is debating whether it's a process after saying it's a process.
Word salad.
And what I love about this is it's so... He says, well, it's not as simple as just doing it. Yes, it is. Did it happen in Winnipeg? Did it happen for the Jets?
Yeah. So
That's it.
They're not asking for anything that happened in Arizona?
No. They just want Jets 1.0 and Jets 2.0
That's all
to have their stats combined.
And then
none of the Shane don't.
You got to get rid of the Atlanta stats then.
Yes, and they're happy to do that.
Oh. Interesting.
Because what does anyone in Winnipeg give a shit?
Yeah.
That the Atlanta stats should go to the new Atlanta team in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
It happened in Atlanta. Do you think the
Sounds good.
Do you think any Flames fans are like, man, but tell me, where does this Atlanta Flame rank on our list of top scorers of all time?
So wait, the end result would be Winnipeg gets all the Winnipeg stuff, Arizona gets all the Arizona stuff, and Atlanta gets all the Atlanta stuff?
In my proposal, yes.
Who on earth is against this? And why?
Why is there a process? This is a change how the stats are looked at on NHL.com. That's it. There's no process to this.
I think this is Alex Morello saying, "Pay me for it." That's my guess.
Yeah,
he doesn't own it.
There's probably something.
Yeah, he
there's
does.
probably
He owns
something
the Coyotes
to,
still.
No,
there's
he
probably
doesn't.
something
He does.
to.
No, he doesn't, Steve. He sold the Coyotes. That was part of the deal. He sold it back. If he couldn't get the arena done in a year, he had to give the franchise back. He does not own it.
So
he
who owns the
Roadrunners.
Coyotes?
The NHL owns the IP for the Coyotes.
Oh, for God's sake. So Gary's talking about the process that Gary runs?
Yes.
Oh, Gary, you friggin' retire! Ah! I'm so tired of this hostage situation. Fuck me. 1993, Gary. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, my God. Holy shit. Find a beach. Yes, Jesse?
I forgot what I said.
93.
That's why I thought it was so frustrating.
90-fucking-3.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
It's not as simple as just doing it. Okay, Gary, what's the process? Well, there isn't so much a process, so much as there's a process. And you can watch the all 2 minutes and 30 seconds of it. You don't go anywhere. But thank you to Winnipeg Sports Talk for putting that up. It's so easy. It's so easy. The city owns the stats. Wherever the stat happened in terms of like what franchise. Hey, if the Toronto Maple Leafs had another team because the Leafs left and came back in some form, the shit that happened here should be the shit that happened here.
The day Bettman resigns, I'm going on live stream.
Are you?
And just drinking.
What are you going to do? Yeah. What do you tell me how that looks?
Getting hammered.
So he does raise the question of like it would complicate some things if we were to do this just blanketly across sports, because like right now the Los Angeles Lakers have, I think it's 17 or 18 championships. 5 of those were won in Minnesota.
Give them back.
Are you taking back championships from teams?
Yes.
Right, but here's
yes.
No.
So the person who owns the franchise, like I own my team. You are just the person that's in charge of keeping all of us 30 people in line, right? You don't control my team. If I tell you no, I'm not relinquishing 5 NBA championships, you can't just tell me, no, Jesse, yes, you are owner of the Lakers.
Well, I guess,
so
they did tell the Clippers guy you can't be an owner here.
My championship.
So
that's a completely different issue.
Here's where,
but there's no championships at risk here.
So there isn't in that case, but if you create the precedents, then there's arguments for other teams if they come across circumstances where there are more things on the line. And I think he's weary of creating a precedence where if a team moves, automatically everything stays with that city and that new team doesn't get that history.
Well, you know
here's
what?
where you're wrong. Gary Bettman has never given a fuck about precedents one day in his life.
That's true.
He operates in areas of gray. He doesn't give a shit. The other thing, like Adam said, there's no championships on the line. The only championships involved that I can think of is Arizona is holding all these Avco Cup banners hostage because the Jets won back in the old WHA. So what you're dealing with is the Winnipeg Jets and essentially 2 ghost kitchens in friggin' Arizona who exists but also doesn't. They're
Horcrux at this point.
Yeah, they're Schrodinger's hockey team. Oh, a Horcrux is good.
They are.
That's good. And transphobic, but good. And friggin' Atlanta, who doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Also didn't do anything when they did.
The first 2 times.
Yeah.
The first 2 times.
I think what I'm trying to explain is for the franchises that would be actively happening. But I think in this specific case where Arizona doesn't exist and Winnipeg's old records are just sitting in the ether, it makes complete sense to just give them to Winnipeg.
No.
In this one
the
case.
process needs a process that I also run the process, and we have to process the process regarding the process. Holy flying fuck, leave us alone, Gare. You're in the hall. What else do you want?
Do you think that LA Lakers fans give a shit about what happened in Minnesota?
No.
I actually do think they really care about the number of championships they have because that gives them the most over the Celtics.
Okay.
And that is a big thing they argue about.
And you know what? It is it is a kind of a cool feature of the league that, you know, in the modern era, like post World War II, no team has won a cup and left their market. Right? They're all still there. Whereas the Rams won in St. Louis, right? You know, you said the Lakers won. That's why they're called the Lakers, because it was in Minnesota.
Exactly.
Do you think that Dallas Stars fans are like, shit, I'm so glad we have the leftover Stanley Cup final appearance against Mario Lemieux and the Pittsburgh Penguins in 1991? People forget the Minnesota North Stars got pretty close. Do you think any Dallas fans like, I must keep that?
I got to keep that.
I need
conference that doesn't exist anymore banner.
I need Neil Broughton's stats on my fucking ledger.
And Brian Flynn.
I think there's a lot less on the line. I think in this particular instance, you just swap it because that team doesn't exist anymore. But with other franchises, it'd be weird to pick and choose which records you want to move over and which ones you don't.
I wouldn't trust Gary Bettman with a Tim's run. Holy fuck.
But if it were arguing with me, like, I'd move them all. Like those Minnesota North Stars records should be with the Wild.
Yes.
Like it's kind of silly that it's not.
See, to me, there's no gray area here. And I even include championships in that. I think you, if it happened in the city, who does it matter to? The people in the city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The way I would treat it if it was the Lakers Celtics thing. So you're a Lakers fan and you tell me, hey, we have the most championships. Okay, I'm a Celtics fan and also from Boston, so I have a little extra, fuck you. No, you don't. Mm-hmm. 5 from Minnesota? What the fuck are you talking about?
That's a thing that they'll go back and forth, but they look at the official NBA record books and the Lakers have all of those championships. Mm-hmm. So I think what I'm just trying to get at,
not the LA Lakers.
And what I'm trying to get at is that amongst these owners, it would be a very difficult conversation to take championships away from teams, and it'd be difficult to pick and choose which records you want to pull from which defunct franchises, and which teams have moved, which ones haven't. But if you want to do a blanket across the board, I'd be totally fine with that as an impartial observer and just a guy, a fan of sports. Move everything with the cities. Like it just exists with the city. But the billionaire egotistical guy is like, you're not taking my 5 championships that are now with the LA Lakers.
We've had this conversation and argued with people for years. Like, I remember we were back in like the old fan backup studios, and I was like, if you're an Arizona fan, why do you give a shit about the Avco Cup?
And you don't.
You don't.
That's the reality of it. You don't at all.
I don't even know if Winnipeg fans give a shit about the Avco
Yeah, they
Cup.
do. They do.
Do they actually?
They do. I have a certain vintage for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't know.
Do the Flames get back? Like Atlanta Flames? Like what is going on here with?
Well, I think the Flames shouldn't have the Atlanta Flames records.
Right.
They shouldn't. And you know what's interesting?
And they don't care.
You know. Okay, here's a guy who's got a statue outside of the arena in Winnipeg.
Dale Hawerchuk.
Do you know that none of Dale Hawerchuk's stats count towards the Jets?
Yeah, he technically didn't play for those.
They built a fucking statue outside, and Dale Hawerchuk's stats don't apply to the Jets.
We'd have to,
you see how ridiculous this is?
We have to pretend. Yeah, we're all playing pretend.
No. To me, it's real. I'm not pretending. The only people pretending are the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
How does anything of any variety ever get done anywhere ever?
And
holy fuck.
And Gary, like arguing with the reporter about, there's a process. Okay, so tell us about the process. Well, there isn't a process. It's like, Gary. And listen, I'm married to a lawyer, and I will say this. Sorry, Natalie. They love to argue stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You get into an argument with a lawyer about sometimes
how many of you won?
They're like, you know what? I don't like the shape of this butter knife. What do you think? And you go, well, I don't mind it. Why don't you mind it? Why don't you mind it?
Sometimes they come home. I think he might be talking about a specific circumstance.
Oh, my wife, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law. I'm calling you all out. You guys would argue anything because they're lawyers. They're trained to do that. Gary's a lawyer. Gary, by the way, they'd all be like, yeah, guilty. Gary is
when you
lawyer.
Do grace before meals, do you have to say all rise?
No, there's actually times where sometimes Natalie has looked at me and gone, I don't even know why I brought this up. I don't even care about it.
It's just in her nature.
Yes, it's part of how they train you. So all I'm saying is, Gary, it ain't hard, buddy. Like, this is an easy win. Winnipeg fucking hates you. You took away their team. And then last year, or the year before, I can't even remember, there were some ticket sales issues, and you talked about viability in Winnipeg a little bit. You sprinkled that in there. Here's a great way to curry some favor with a market that objectively thinks you suck. It's so easy. It's a fucking slam dunk, Gary. PR 101. Make Dale Hawerchuk a Jet again. I'm gonna make a hat. Make Hawerchuk a Jet again.
No,
and I'm gonna make it blue.
Your PR is not as important to him as power. So before he gets the PR, he needs you to know that he wields this, and then you can have your feel good moment. As long as when you get the feel good moment, you remember I was the one who gave it to you.
It came down from on high.
Retire. Leave us the fuck alone. Oh my God. 1993
is a year.
Fuck my life.
Yep.
Get out of here, Gare.
Anything else that you guys would like to hit before we wrap it up? Roll it up?
No,
I don't know what I was going to say there. Not really sure. We're firing the extra. I'm so excited for the first Olympic suspension. Aren't you guys?
Yeah.
I like it. It's going to be fun. Oh, man. And yo, what if you got suspended in the last game? Does it carry over to the NHL? That's what I want to know.
Yes.
Why not?
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.